Camera blurry. Nah, that's pretty good actually. I'm not about to fix that shit. Okay, let me make a poll. Favorite song. Okay, this video I like. Okay, good to go, I think. Something about this is blurry. Maybe it's not blurry, maybe it's the yellow light that makes it look blurry. Whew. Sunday night was popping. Y'all let me know what's going on with y'all, man. How y'all doing? The last live I did was pretty productive. Lots of talking. We'll see how tonight goes. Usually Sundays are better, but the last one was so lit that I wouldn't be surprised if this one wasn't. Mike, what's up, bro? Mike, what's the last word you learned in Spanish, bro? I'm so bad with my phone. Legit on my CPU more than my phone. Paper is finished. What's on here? That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. I was gonna tell you something, but I forgot. Oh, I just watched a TikTok, and I was gonna ask you. I can't remember. Did you go to Machu Picchu? I remember you went to Peru, but I don't remember. Remember you climbed like a mountain and shit. But I don't know if you went to Machu Picchu. But this dude made a TikTok talking about how hard it was to get up there. And I was thinking, I swear I've seen lots of people do that. Last word isn't the word itself, but how it's used in Colombia. You know what I levantado is? Like, I only know it in the sense of like a fresa, like a person that thinks they're better than everybody else. Oh, you did go to Machu Picchu. No, this dude took a bus, bro. That's what everybody was. They were cutting up on him in the comments, like, dog, people hike the whole way like 5 days, and you talking about how hard it was on a bus. What you call it? He was just like, yeah, you gotta fly here. Do you gotta fly here? Do you gotta take this bus? And he was like, and then my head was hurt from the elevation. I couldn't take more than a couple steps without, like, he made a whole video about how difficult it was, and everyone's like, dog, you're on a bus, bro. What are you talking about? Okay, all right. That's what I was wondering, because I'm like, I swear I know like 5 people that have done it, and none of them made a big deal about how hard it was. I was like, maybe just because it was expected to be hard. I don't know. That's why I wanted to ask somebody. Exactly. Somebody comes in with some money, then they say, acting presumido. Yeah, so I think I touched on this before. I don't know if it was with you specifically or just if I said it on here, but you know, when you learn a certain set of vocabulary, you don't even know that everyone else doesn't use it. So I would have never, like, if you didn't say that, I don't think I ever would have questioned. I think I would have assumed that levantado was something that everyone says. There's a couple other words like that. I mean, I found out pretty early that Juicioso is only Colombian, just because people will be like, "The fuck are you talking about?" But I think other stuff they probably could figure out the context, so they didn't bring it up. But that one, they're just like, "Bro, nah, that's definitely like some Colombian shit." Yeah, between Puerto Rico and Colombia, like I have a lot of vocabulary that, like I said, because that's mainly the people I talk to. I never even realized that it's not a universal thing. We missed the train at like 12. Midnight. I had to travel through the back roads, mountains of Bedouin in the middle of the night at 3 a.m. Yeah, that would be a little too scary for me, bro. I don't really like traveling on any back roads at nighttime, but the more unsafe I feel, the less I want to do it. Like I don't in Texas, bro. Once it gets like crazy nighttime, I'm like, bro, if I'm not driving on the highway, I'm not doing it. Too many, nah, too many sunset towns and sundown towns. I said sunset town. Too many sundown towns and just all kinds of weird people, bro. Like, I'm not trying to have my car break down out there. Yeah. So, Texas for me is a no go at nighttime. Washington, I didn't really care as much. It's got some weirdos in Washington, but I wouldn't think like I might get snatched up in the middle of the night at a gas station or something. Bro said he's cutting his hair and typing. You got, you're a focused guy, bro. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it on my own in the first place. I definitely wouldn't be multitasking. Do you ever mess up, bro? Since you cut your own hair, like, even though I think the last lynching was, whew, I guess it would depend on your definition of a lynching, because there's been some incidents, but I think there's like a connotation when you say lynching that it was like the whole town, you feel me, like a celebration, like it was like 10 to 50 people there watching and stuff like that. I jinxed you. Damn. 10 years, that's crazy. I mean, that makes sense though. You've been doing it for 10 years. You should be pretty good at it. I mean, you would know what you need to do. But yeah, I mean, it's really only other people that can mess you up. I used to edge myself up when I was like 15. And I had messed that up enough when I was like 11 to where by the time I was 15, 16, I could do it with pretty much no problem. But yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, that's inevitable, bro. They only care about like your image for that day so that they could get a picture or just so people see you and they're like, oh man, your line's crispy. But really, the only way you could get it that crispy is to push it back. Like, it just is what it is. Unless you're like 12 years old, you know, like the little kid hairlines, they have so much like extra hair and stuff. It's like all the way down here and shit. So like, you could do them a regular shape up, and it'll be like hella crispy. But for most grown men, even if you got a strong hairline, to make it like you have to push it back, which like I said, that kind of looks dope for like a picture, but you keep doing that shit and then you don't have nothing. Just like, damn, I used to have a hairline. Which reminds me, bro, there's this dude I know. He been rocking a bald head for like 10 years. And then one day he just popped up with hair, bro. And I'm like, yo, you was voluntarily bald this whole time? And he's like, yeah. And I'm just like, yeah, I don't trust you, dog. That's weird. It's one thing to have like a one crazy, like a buzz cut kind of, but to be going like Michael Jordan ball for no reason, bro, that's suspicious, dog. Like, what are you up to, bro? Why are you going bald for no reason? That's insane. I suspect that his hair just wasn't the way he wanted it to look. Like I said, everybody don't have like the same hairline and hair density and stuff. So maybe he was like, I'd rather be bald than have this. But if you have a clean beard and a build for it, the baldy can be clean. Yeah, but like, here's the thing, bro. I agree. Most dudes I know with beards are bald. That's kind of how it works for the most part. Like, uh, if you got a lot of body hair and beard hair, you probably don't have a lot of hair up top most of the time. Obviously, there's some exceptions, but nah, the swole, bald, bearded look, yeah, shit's almost stereotypical. It looks dope, but most of those dudes have male pattern baldness. Like, regardless of how far into it they were when they shaved, most of them started losing their hairlines. That shit started doing this, and so they're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna get ahead of it and cut it off. I'm just saying, like, if you went bald, bro, I should be like, nah, dog, something's up, bro. This is weird, bro. That may have been what he was going for, even if he wasn't losing his hair. That would also make sense if he had a beard, but he doesn't, bro. I mean, his bald cut doesn't look bad, bro. But you know, when you meet someone and they're bald, it never really looks bad because you're just like, this is just how they look. Bald heads only look weird when you like you know somebody with hair and you're like, dang, like he just shaved all his hair off. Now his head looks kind of weird. But I've never met a bald person and just thought like, nah, that doesn't suit them. Whenever I meet bald people, I literally think like, wow, this dude really rocks a bald head. I feel like I couldn't do that. But every time I meet someone with a bald head, I'm like, sure looks good on them. So yeah, no, he was just doing it, bro. Yeah, he's like I said, maybe because when I saw him with the hair, like it was like what it would look like a week or two grown out, like enough to where you're just like, oh shit, like you actually can grow hair. It ain't like you only got like a wreath on the side or something. I don't know if his hairline was strong or nothing like that. So it could just be like he was like, yo, I'm not doing like a half crispy. I did what your friend did when I was like 19. Why though? Like, what was your motivation, bro? Like, what made you think like I'm gonna go bald? I can't even imagine you with a bald head, dog. I saw a couple of dudes who were pulling it off, cut mine off. Worst decision of my life. Dog, I need to see those pictures, dog. You gotta show me at least one picture, bro. I have to see this shit. I feel like I can imagine it. I'm s- Bro, why did you do that, bro? Yeah, there's no way, bro. Did you have the did you have the mustache that you have now, bro? The peanuts are missed from the Proud Family. Yeah. Oh man, that is fucking hilarious, though. If you had the mustache that you had now and a bald head, you did have the mustache? Nah, dog. Nah. You would have had to go. I'm trying to think of what you would have had to have done. You would have had to go goatee and a bald head. Yeah, nah, you just shouldn't have done it to be honest. 19, yeah. And the other thing too is it does look weird. Now, right now in this moment, it looks weird if you're not swole because most dudes that are bald for some reason they get swole. I don't know why. But so if you're not swole and bald, it's kind of like, that's weird. Yeah, you literally have to be swole. I don't know why. I think it's cause like I think it's because you kind of look like sickly or something if you're bald with no muscles. It just, yeah, you're right. It just doesn't look right. Something's just off about it, dog. But I've seen people that have pulled it off. Like, speaking of this dude that I knew, he would have been about 19 at the time I was a kid. He wasn't, he was a kid, but I was a kid. His name was Richard. Super, super good at basketball, bro. Coolest dude in the world. Clean bald head like Michael Jordan, bro. And I literally was thinking like how you was thinking. I'm like, yo, I want to be like Richard and shave my joint off, bro. But I ended up not doing it, mainly because I was a little kid. So sickly story. Yeah, I think you can get away with it if you gotta at least have like a very athletic build or be tall. But yeah, there's a bunch of different things. But yeah, you can't be no like regular skinny motherfucker with a bald head. It don't look right. I'm trying to think if I even know anybody that's like below 6 foot and not swole that has a beard. I mean, that has a bald head. I don't think so. Don't think so. That shit is funny though, bro. I remember I had to go clean ball that basic training, man. I hated that shit, bro. My fucking head was so damn cold, bro. Just like, every time the wind blew, I started shivering, bro. I think the worst part about that is that I I'm just too lazy to get like frequent haircuts. I'm trying to think of the effect in reverse, something that skinny dudes can pull out that buff dudes can't. I think for the most part, like I think a no beard look, bro. Like when I was a lot leaner, like really before I started lifting at all, like when I like anytime I was below like 180 pounds, I'll say. Like my facial structure looked good without a beard. It looked good with one too. But like right now, my facial structure looks good with a beard. And if I went clean, it's just like my cheeks are just like a little too round. It's not it's not like chiseled and square enough like it was when I was leaner. So I think generally bigger dudes have to have beards or they just don't look cool. I'm trying to think of like somebody I know. Oh, I guess like The Rock. The Rock doesn't have a beard, but he also has like no fat on his body too, bro. Yeah, yeah, I literally said The Rock. Joe Rogan looks alright. Yeah, he looks cool. Alright, I get you that. That's a couple. That's a couple. But most of the time, if they're not like crazy lean, Santana, what's up, bro? Que mas? Terry Crews though. All right, try to think of somebody that's not crazy buff though, because these people that you're naming are in hella good shape, so they still have like decent facial structure. I can't think of anybody that's not like athletic that's still bigger with no beard that looks okay. There's this one Irish actor. I don't know if you watch movies like that. If I like, his name's Brendan Gleeson. Brendan Gleeson is a bigger dude, and he don't be rocking a beard, and I just think that shit's ugly, bro. Like, I just feel like if you're bigger, you gotta rock a beard, dog. Just have to, man. The beard suits him much better. And most of the movies he's in, bro, he does not have a beard. So that's what I'm saying. Whenever I see him, I'm just like, dog, grow your beard out, bro. What are you doing? But yeah, yeah, man. Everyone has things that suit them and make them better, or enhances their look. I think that's most people in the world that are like, I'm like ugly or like unattractive and stuff. I just think they be doing weird stuff that makes them look weird. So I think like average people just look average, and then like the stuff they be wearing makes them look crazy. There's this whole thing where like, what's the one below us? Generation Z, Gen Z, yeah. There's this whole thing. They're going back and forth on TikTok. It's like Gen Z versus millennials, and they're just like, why does Gen Z look so old, bro? Like they're 20 years old, they look 40 something, bro. It's always the hairstyles they're wearing, um, their outfits. They just it just the stuff that they're rocking just doesn't enhance their look, bro. Exactly, if they take care of themselves. But like I said too, like we just said, you could be a clean, you could be taking care of yourself, but if you're skinny with a bald head, you might look weird, bro. You might. You know? There's some hairstyles that make you look older, some hairstyles that make you look younger. Um, yeah, whenever I see people that have, I got two friends, bro, that just seem to like never line up their beard. Like this is never lined up, the mustache is never lined up. So it's almost like a homeless looking beard. And I'm just like, bro, you just look messy. Like you look older than you are because your face doesn't look clean. Like they're nice guys. They are in good shape too. They just don't be doing nothing with their beard. It's the weirdest thing, bro. I hate when my beard gets crazy messy. Sometimes I go like 2 weeks without edging it up and stuff, but usually I get to a point where I'm like, all right, done. Like I gotta hit up the barber. When my hair is short, I get a completely different vibe from people versus when my hair is longer. That facial hair has to be cleaned up for sure. It makes a difference on how people perceive you. Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah, all those little touches, man. They make a difference. And like I said, your outfit, everything, bro. I mean, obviously people can do what they want and they should, but some of that stuff, it affects how people look at you. You know, um, not that I really cared, but I knew when I had braids, like there's a certain percentage of people that are gonna be like, this dude is too old to have braids, bro. I be thinking that shit. I be seeing 40-year-olds with braids. I'm like, dog, cut your hair, bro. Get a fade. Braids gotta be done like you gotta do it when you're young, dog. You don't have to, obviously. I'm just talking shit, but sometimes I just be like, why does this dude got cornrows, bro? Like, you're in the middle age. Time's up, dog. But I don't think that about locks, weirdly enough. I think you can, like, have locks at an older age and it just looks like, oh, yeah. But I don't know, something about actual braids, cornrows, bro. I'm like, what the? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Old man with the salt and pepper locks for sure. Yeah, I think I get great vibes for the most part too. I mean, like in the United States, but like, I think it is a little bit different for me just because I'm bigger than most people, so that intimidates people already. Um, and that's the thing too. Like, obviously, I got like certain looks and stuff when I was younger, and I wasn't that big. And so because I wasn't big then, I'd be like, I know I'm getting that look. Now I would be like, you know what? They're probably just intimidated by my size, not my skin. That's what I tell myself. Is that true? Who knows? But for the most part, I don't get nothing crazy or negative. But yeah, man, I mean, I think you could really do anything or rock anything if you do it with confidence. You know what I'm saying? That's what life's all about, man. It's about confidence. It's easy to say, it's harder to do, but confidence takes you a long way, man. A long way. Who else is up in the chat just watching me and Mike talk, man? Now shut yourself, fool. Mike, I was gonna tell you something, bro. What was I gonna tell you? It was within this chat because we started talking about something, and I was like, let me scroll back up and see if I can remind myself. Yeah, I don't know. No idea. But I know I'm gonna be talking later and it's gonna come to my mind and I'm gonna be like, should I interrupt myself right now? Or should I hold it? I'm gonna hold it and I'm gonna forget again, bro. It's a vicious cycle. Have any dream location you'd like to live in an ideal world? Hawaii, yeah, Hawaii's nice, man. I only been to Hawaii once, but it was super cool. Only problem is like, I guess it would depend on what part of Hawaii you went to. Um, but I went to the Big Island, bro, and that shit is like worse than LA, bro. Traffic, people everywhere, bro. Like it's not somewhere you don't live at, trust me. But if you want to know something, since my dad's still in the military, he's PCS in Hawaii in June, or no, actually really soon, April or May. And you know, I still haven't bought a house. Oh, sorry, PCS is like the military's moving him. It's a permanent change of station. So he's in Florida right now, but he's gonna move to Hawaii for like 2 years or something like that. And so my yeah, my parents are gonna be out there, and you know, I still haven't bought a house and stuff. Yeah, we yeah, they have my parents have a house in Texas. So this is what I was gonna tell you. We got two different things happening. My dad was like, "Yo, whenever y'all get done out there, y'all should just come live with us in Hawaii." Thought about it, but he was like, "But if not, y'all should move to Texas into the house at least until we get back, whenever that is." So that is looking like the more likely option. It's more likely that we're gonna move into my parents' house in Texas in the next couple months. When exactly, I'm not sure, but soon, kind of soon. It says to mention a song, Habitual Criminal by South Park Mexican. Orlando, did I ever tell you about South Park Mexican, bro? Did I tell you about the time that I sang his song and then this girl like wanted to fight me? That was a tough day. Definitely a benefit of having a quality family, bro. For sure. So yeah, not 100% sure what's gonna happen with that, but either way, I'm gonna be in motion soon. 2, 3, 4 months. That's why you need to get out here either in the April or early May, just in case. I took my first steps today, bro. Shit was tough, but I can't really walk right now, so I have to have my braces on. And normally I walk with the walker, but today she was like, all right, like we're gonna walk. I'm gonna take the walker away just a little bit. I'm just gonna hold your hand. She held my hand. Then she was like, I'm gonna take my hand away. I was like, just walking like a penguin, dog. Like I never ever walked in my life, bro. So had to do that like the length of the living room and back. So I'm on my way, bro. Like I told you, by the time my birthday comes next month, bro, I'm gonna be walking. I ain't gonna be hiking or nothing, but I'm gonna be walking for sure. Damn, bro, you still having symptoms of that shit, bro? That is crazy. But you know, if for some reason you don't make it when I'm still here, bro, like I said, we'll have to just plan it. We'll have to just plan it to both come back here sometime. Even though we've been planning to do something for like 2 years now, bro. 120 days, god damn, bro. But yeah, the other thing too is that you could come to Texas, and actually Texas would be a good place. Like if you go to Austin or San Antonio, bro, you could get so many of those street interviews that you want to do. Easy work, bro. Yeah, Rolando. If you didn't know, he's in jail still right now for child molestation. And so that girl that was the victim was a family member of my friend. I didn't know that. So I was singing that song and she was like, don't ever sing that shit in front of me. I'm like, what? She told me the whole story and I was like, damn. I was like, I did know he was in jail. I did know that. I just didn't really know what happened. And I really didn't care, to be honest. I cared after that. But yeah, and before that, I didn't care, bro. I'm like, this shit don't got nothing to do with me. But that's why now it's hard for me to still listen to an artist if I know some real serious stuff they've done. I'm like, I just can't, bro. Like that literally happened to a real person, bro. So yeah, yeah. Like I said, you'll get some good content out there in Texas, bro. Cause like Sixth Street's not what it used to be, but it's still Sixth Street, and Sixth Street or like the Riverwalk, bro. There's literally just like constantly thousands of people walking up and down both of those places, and of course, like at least 30 to 50% of them are gonna speak Spanish. So, and that's just me guessing off of my history. I'm sure it's worse, not worse, but I'm sure it's more now, um, just because of like the political and economic situation. Like, there's more and more Spanish speakers in our country every day. So, I think I told you, like, remember when I went home before we came here, bro, we had a Venezuelan arepa shop. And I'm like, bro, we ain't never had nothing like that in my town, bro. There wasn't even like real Mexican places to eat. Like there was Taco Bell, there was damn, what's that other taco place called? Taco Taco is it Taco Time? I can't remember. Something like Taco Time or something. We had like chain franchise restaurants like that. But like now, bro, there's like straight up like all Puerto Rican restaurant, Venezuelan restaurant, like real specific Hispanic foods, not just straight up like oh Tex-Mex. Same in my little suburb, two Haitian restaurants and Venezuelan shops within the past 6 months. She said, "Hi there. How are you doing?" Yeah, Mike. Like I said, man, stuff's changing, man. Not necessarily a bad thing, but it is changing. Like I said last time, they got all kinds of incentives for Latinos to like move to Topeka, Kansas. They paying people to move to Kansas so they can have more Spanish speakers. That's dope, bro. A lot of programs like I doubt he would be in this live right now, but sometimes he watches my videos. This guy that I used to train, his grandson, they're pure white. His grandson could speak Spanish and English because he was in a bilingual school, and so they literally learn both languages at the same time. Like they're getting, I don't know how it works exactly, but they have like I don't know if they have like half the day in English, half the day in Spanish, or like if they just literally learn both things at once. But anyways, you literally go like into high school with both languages. So his grandson, like they would go on vacations to Mexico and stuff, and they had this little kid translating for them. So that's cool. Stuff like that, a lot of stuff like that's happening in our country. Washington is also like hella liberal, so I think they have more stuff like that, more diversity stuff. I don't know if Texas has anything like that, even though they should. Giselle, you don't have to teach today? How do you think this will play out long term? I don't know, bro. I have no idea. I have no idea where our country's going. I have no idea what's gonna happen. Uh, yeah, I don't know, bro. No idea. But I know that knowing Spanish is only gonna help you in the United States in the next 5 to 50 years, bro. I say 50 because I'll probably be dead by then. Oh well, no, I might still be alive. I'll be 80 something. But yeah, Americans that have no interest in learning a second language, I'm just like, dog. Maybe 20 years ago, but our country is way too multicultural now for you to only know one language, bro. You like literally every day you could run into someone that speaks another language. Like, um, even I just remember like in Texas growing up, you would kind of have to go out of the way to hear some Spanish. Like, if you were like in a Mexican neighborhood or in a restaurant, you'd be like, okay, like yeah, I'm gonna hear some Spanish there. But you really wouldn't hear just like everyday Spanish conversations where I'm from. But like when I was in Washington those last 5 years, bro, I've had so many interactions with Spanish speakers, um, either at my job or in the sauna, just people straight up that really didn't even speak English either. Like, so the dynamic has definitely changed. We have different types of bilingualism. Yeah. Yes, we do. Well, you're the expert in bilingualism, so why don't you tell us the different types of bilingual people? When you say different types, what do you mean? Like subordinate bilinguals and stuff like that, or what? Giselle says I'm old. Me too. Me too. We're about to get a lecture on bilingualism from the expert, the master in bilingualism. I'll wait for Giselle to reply, but I actually want to ask something about bilingualism. I want to know at what point can you say you're bilingual? Sometimes people be like bilingual problems. I feel like, bitch, you barely speak another language. But I guess if you speak it at all, can't you say you're bilingual? The way people acquire the language. I know, but we want to know the types. What up, bro? Damn, and how the L2 is treated. Is it what I was saying with subordinate bilinguals? Like, depending on the time that you learned it. Well, if you grew up speaking both. Rolando, what about it? If you grew up speaking both, what? This is Lafayette. Oh, okay. Casino. I gotta remember. Instead of saying casino, I gotta say Lafayette. I already said two. I don't see two. Look on your chat. You can see it. I don't see nothing. Duh, Rolando. I'm asking how much of your second language is necessary to be considered bilingual. So, for instance, someone starts learning Spanish today. What is the standard before that they can say that they're bilingual? If you know 5 words, are you bilingual? Probably not. So I'm wondering, what is the threshold before someone could be like, oh yeah, I'm bilingual? It's more about the sense of prohibition and the language status. I get that, but I want to know more. I want to know the specifics. I want to know about it. Since you brought it up, I feel like you should tell us now so we can be informed. Should be able to hold an hour-long conversation, at least in my opinion. That's interesting. It's a weird standard, but it's not a bad one. It's just weird. Like, why an hour, bro? I feel like if you got to 30 minutes, you was. You see, actually, I don't think the time means anything because I think the quality of the conversation will matter. Because you could hold on for an hour talking about nothing. I've done it. But I think you could have a way more complex and advanced conversation in 15 minutes still. In 5 hours lives? What does that mean, Lafayette? Giselle says she's published this. The thing is, I can't read that right now. So can you send that to me? Can you text that to me? But I will read it. But I was hoping that you were going to tell the chat so that they would be more educated. More than just a typical, hey, how are you and where are you from? I feel that. That gets into the same kind of conversation as like what's considered fluent. People have their own standards. Obviously, there's academic standards of fluency and everything, but there's also like everyday standards. I remember that one dude, Ali Richards. He said, if you could go into like a random bar, I can't remember exactly what he said, but if you could go into a random bar, have a drink with someone, and have a conversation with them, he would consider you fluent. Weird standard again, but I get it. Cultural, activo, equilibrio, cultural. Giselle, why are you putting these words? Oh, are these the types of bilingual people or what? I don't know what you're doing here. Do I think I'm gonna stay now in Cali? What do you mean? Do I think I'm gonna stay? I've been here, bro, for a long time. Are you talking about for life? No, I'm not gonna stay here for life, bro. I'm gonna read it, she said. I'll read it tonight. And then I'll be an expert on bilingualism. And I'll take your job. No, Lafayette, I'm not gonna be here for a few years. Definitely not. Definitely not, bro. A couple more months. Had a good time here, man. I really enjoyed it. It's nice. Very, very nice. I hope it stays nice. Some places get worse, and then you don't want to go back to them. So, last time we spoke, you said you went back to Texas. Yeah. So why did you think I was gonna stay for a few more years, bro? Nah, I'm going back to Texas, bro. Nah. I'm not going to change my mind. Like, regardless of how much longer I stay or don't, I'm not gonna be here for more years. It's just not gonna happen. That was never in my plans. In fact, my original plan. Well, first of all, my original plan was to go to Puerto Rico. Didn't do that when I came here. My original plan was 6 months. If it was cool, I was gonna stay longer. If it wasn't, I was gonna bounce. I already did 6 months. I just got hurt, so it didn't make sense to leave. I just didn't want to like get on an airplane and shit all hurt and stuff. Um, but had I not gotten hurt, I could be gone already, to be honest. Because we were planning on leaving from here and going to Puerto Rico. Um, so, like I said, regardless, I'm not gonna be here for years. If you start walking soon, would you stay longer? I walked today, bro. I took steps today, bro. But no. Like I said, my timeline is only interrupted by a little bit. I'm still not gonna be here at the end of the year. Like, it's just not gonna happen. Unless they hold me hostage, which is possible. I don't know. Why do I want to move to PR? Well, I don't now, but I wanted to because I love it. It's a great place. It's awesome. Never had a bad day there. Not even once, bro. Great people, great place, amazing weather. Hurricanes sometimes, yes, but it's a great place. I would definitely go back. And I'll still be going there on vacations. I just probably ain't gonna move there. Honestly, the cons of moving somewhere where life is cheaper is that as the like there's like a sweet spot in time where things are not amazing in your country, things are not amazing in the other country, but life is cheaper there. But as things continue to get worse, uh, the con of being in that place where it's really cheap is that things get really bad. So you got inflation going on in America, it's inflation going on here too, bro. Except the inflation here doesn't allow people to eat sometimes. And when people don't eat, bro, that's when crime starts happening. How's the cost of living in PR? It depends. Like, actual rent is cheaper, but a lot of stuff is not cheaper. But overall, it's still cheaper than probably like any big city in the States. Should understand more than just the surface level meaning of words. Like, how's it going? They shouldn't think where. I feel that. That reminds me when I just taught this English class on Saturday. It's the funniest shit in the world, bro. I was telling Giselle that I was laughing because I was making them speak to each other in English, And you know, whenever you're learning a second language, you kind of do like direct translations in your head. So this girl asked the other girl, she said, what do you do? Which the girl took as chaosis. And so she said, I'm in English class. And the first girl was like, no, what do you do? And the girl was like, I'm in English class. Why do you keep asking me that? And I had my mic on mute and I was just like dying laughing, bro. Carlos, what's up? Carlos Jaimes. Any complaints about Cali? Nah, I love Cali, bro. It's just hot, but it's a great city, man. Any city in the States that you can compare to Cali? Um, hmm, no. I think, nah, not a city that I've been to personally. I'm sure there's probably is some city that reminds someone else of this place, but it's just different. All the structures are different. Everything is just different. So it's kind of hard to compare it. I'm going to the house of Jalen. Yeah, super common. The other thing in that same class on Saturday, the other thing that happened was so when I made those two talk, I didn't know that they were related. Giselle never told me that they were related, and so I told them to pretend like they were meeting each other and blah blah blah. And what do you call it? She was like, "Her is my nephew," and I was like, "What?" She was like, "Her is my nephew," and I'm like, "Are you saying she's your niece?" She was like, "Yes," and I was like, "Oh, okay," but I'm like, "But she's not actually your niece, though." She was like, "Yes, she's my niece," and I was like, "Oh shit, I didn't know." But it was just funny that she said, "Her is my nephew." They do that a lot. They'll say like, I have six brothers. And I'll be like, damn, you got six brothers? How many sisters do you have? And they'll be like, oh no, I have three sisters and three brothers. And I'm like, oh, I see now. I taught a kid the word wet last week. She then says, oh. I mean, all right, technically, that's not wrong. She did. I don't even want to repeat those words. She did do that because I was gonna say it would be better to say like you got her wet, but it's the same thing. Regardless, like once you have a perverted adult brain, you're gonna be like, nah, we need to find another way to say that. Like you splash water on her or something like that, but you can't use those words. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. uh, Somebody recently said to me, "Te puedo hacer una pregunta," and I immediately realized it would translate as, "Can I make you a question?" So yeah, I think in order to be considered fluent, the speaker should know how to word things the way native speakers would phrase statements. That's true, but depending on when you learned and where, there's always little mistakes that you could make. Like you could mess that up. Someone could have like the most fluent conversation in English ever, but they might say, "Hey, let me make you a question really fast." I wouldn't say that they're not bilingual or not fluent. I'll say that they made a mistake there. Maybe their brain was like really on Spanish mode. Um, because you know what? I know like some pretty fluent English speakers, and a thing that a lot of them mess up on, especially, it's weird because a lot of times they're in academic settings, but maybe they don't teach English, so they never have to say it. But because of the way that you say pass in Spanish, a lot of them will say approve if they're talking about a kid passing a test. Like, oh yeah, he approved, and I'm like, oh, he passed. Yeah, 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 he passed. But they speak great English though. It's just sometimes you never get exposure to a certain phrase or word in the other language. Um, because yeah, like nobody in English would ever say approved. But I understand it just because I know where it's coming from. And yeah, I wouldn't say like, oh, now you're not bilingual because you didn't say past. They saw my reaction and they caught it. Awkward. Mr. Benjamin, I made my word. Ah, they call you Mr. Benjamin. That's hilarious. I don't know why. I never thought of it, but I know they can't call you Mike. but, uh, but yeah, yeah, no, that one's definitely comment. Did I say comment? I read comment. I said that. That one's definitely common. The mistakes with do make just because they're the same in Spanish, so like they never have to think. You know, it's like the reverse in English going to Spanish. Like English speakers are like almost constantly like, do I say por? Do I say para? Because we didn't have to do that growing up. So you're always kind of like, even if you mainly get it right, you could get it right all the time. You still might mess up here and there just because, you know. How do you say button your shirt in Spanish? Zip up your zipper. I'm fluent and I have no idea. Yeah, exactly. Like I said, there's just some stuff that you don't get exposure to. Um, and it might be something that even in English, you might have only said it one time in your entire life, but that's all you need. You only need it one time. Mike, do you know how to say freckles in Spanish without looking it up? And that's the cool thing about Puerto Rican Spanish. You would never have to know how to say that shit because you could say zipper and they would know exactly what you were talking about, bro. I heard the word before, but I don't know. Okay, so my therapist today, she asked me how to say freckles, but she was asking me how to say it in English. But all she did was she just said, ¿Cómo se dice pecas? And I was like, pecas? And I'm like, I don't fucking know. But then she pointed, and I'm like, oh, freckles, freckles. I've never used that word in my life. So, but yeah, stuff like that. Like, I don't even say freckles in English a lot. First of all, because not many people have freckles, and I don't have them, so I'm never talking about that shit. So it's not a word that I would even think to learn in Spanish, if that makes sense. And to be honest, I might forget that shit after today because I probably won't talk about it again for another 6 months. So little stuff like that, like you can't know everything, bro. You can't know everything. I know how to say wisdom teeth. That's mad random, bro. So saying pase el examen is wrong. You have to ask Giselle about that. Because there's a lot of stuff that you can say in the United States that would be, that's the thing about being bilingual. Like we were just talking about. We can hear that it's wrong and be like, oh, you mean this. Or you might think it's right just because y'all both speak both languages. But um, sometimes you go to a country where no English is spoken or very little, and they just literally won't know what you're talking about. Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing that I was saying last time. Why I personally think reading is a little bit superior to shows and podcasts and stuff when you're talking about like like elegant vocabulary and stuff because there's there's some stuff that gets written in literature that you just never say. Like you just would never say. It's just no point. Or just daily life, bro. Like you don't fucking talk about fairies and um, dwarves and stuff like that in real life. You know it because you learned it as a kid. You watched shows like that. You read books about fairies and wizards and stuff. But it's not everyday conversation. And so if you're watching TV and movies about real life and shit, you probably will never hear it until someone says it and you're like, what's that? What's a nano? What's a dwarf? And then you'll be like, oh shit, I don't know, like this basic fairy tale shit. How would you translate the phrase I'm about to? Oh, yesterday at the dance, I almost fell. What, like casi me caigo? What the hell kind of books you read? Oh yeah, Giselle did the same thing I did. I read the beginning and I thought you were saying I needed to translate. I'm about to blow your mind. What are we getting at here, Mike? What am I missing? You're right, but why isn't it casi me caigo? Uh, Giselle would probably know the academic reason for this, but it's like the same reason you don't say casi me morí, you say casi me muero, because it's, I don't know, there's just a certain set of words that you don't really say in the past. I don't know the academic. This is one of the beauties of actually learning stuff through talking to people. It's like the same reason a native speaker might not be able to explain it. But I just remember I did exactly that. I said, "Ah, bro, casi me morí," when I was talking to Will like 3 years ago, and he was like, casi me muero. But I'm like, no, no, not right now, bro. I'm talking about the past. And he's like, but you didn't die. You almost died. And I'm like, what the? And I'm like, yeah, I almost did. But he's like, but it didn't happen. And so casi me muero. And I was like, bro, I don't know what you're talking about right now, but okay, I got it. And ever since that day, I hear people say, oh, casi me muero. And they're talking in the past tense. I never gave it more thought because I'm like, I'm not about to try to figure that shit out, bro. And they were saying you never say casi me caí even if it's in the past tense. Sentí morir. Yeah, no, I'm never gonna say that probably. I'm just gonna stick to the stick to the regular casi me muero. But yeah, there. So, hmm. I remember after it happened, I looked it up, Mike, but I can't tell you. Orlando, bro, you're so late. We're way past that. we already we already got past that, bro. I just can't remember, like I said, the grammatical reason about why. It has something to do with the state of the person, but I can't remember why. Like I said, I just know to say me caigo and not me caí. Why? Don't know. I was hoping Giselle could tell us. Giselle, you can't come up in here and be the master of bilingualism. Casi me muero, casi me caigo is not good Spanish. Oh, God. Why not? Everyone said, oh, I guess that doesn't make it good. But see, this is where you get into the difference between what everyone is saying and what's good. You could say what's good, and if everyone's not saying it, then you sound weird. Sentí morir. Yeah, I might say that from now on if I'm talking to you, but I probably por poco y me caigo. Yeah, CG Sells, she's too high level for us, bro. She's different. But yeah, I've heard Sentimori, but all right, let me think of how I want to explain this. I'm trying to think of something in English that we say that is generally accepted to be wrong, and we just don't care. And if you say it the right way, you might sound weird. What is something that we're just like, oh yeah, everyone just says it like that? I have to think. Gonna, I don't know if that counts because that's almost just like a fast way of saying, oh, I guess that's different. I guess. I actually don't like when people say aiga. I don't know why it really bothers my ears. Same as like dijistes and hiciste. I just don't like that. It just bothers me. But no, I'm trying to think of something in English that we say, like something grammatically, not just one word, but something that's really just wrong. I'm not gonna be able to think of it on the spot. I have got to get this done. Oh, yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. And I would say that even though like I saying, oh, I must do this, that sounds like you're in a fucking romance novel or something. Like I must. Sounds like you're in a movie, bro. Like if someone said they must do something, I'd be like, are you okay, dog? Like you're sounding insane right now. Like I must get to work. It sounds like you're just like about to go on a quest, bro. You're about to do something that's like life or death. I must see this through. Like, dog, just relax, bro. Just relax. So I guess yeah, that's a good example. That's kind of how I feel. I'm like, if everyone's saying something, even if I know it's wrong, when I'm talking to those people, I'm gonna say it wrong too. Cosplay word. Must should be used for strong advice. What do you mean by that? I'm honestly, I don't think I ever say must ever, unless I'm saying you must got me fucked up. You must got me confused with somebody else, like, and that's improper. But the way it's supposed to be used, this is exactly my point. The way something is supposed to be used, if you're the only one doing it, then you sound weird. And like I said, usually that's how I can tell when English is not someone's first language because um, they use words that are very, very correct. And I'm like, you're not wrong, but no American would ever say that. So I know you're not. I know you're not a native English speaker. Yo, yeah, those are fighting words. That's exactly why I would say it too. Like, you got me fucked up, bro. You must think I'm somebody else. I must find a chicken spot. Like, that's what I'm saying. I can't even say that in a regular voice, bro, because nobody says must. Like, you definitely getting robbed if you say must. Yeah, that reminds me. Will lived in Baton Rouge for like 6 months when he was there for weightlifting and stuff. And he said, man, they would be going in on him at the barber shop. They'd be like, yo, who taught this dude English? Like, why is he using these words, bro? Like, he's like, nobody talks like that, bro. Let me teach you how to speak English. And like I said, if you're not speaking the English that everyone else speaks, I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but you ain't fitting in though. You know what I mean? Um, so that's why I think academic language has its place, right? If you want to be a teacher, if you want to speak with academic people, you need to know how to talk to them. But common people don't speak like academic people. They make fun of academic people. So I think it's good to know both, for sure. And I'm still gonna say casi no vuelo. And every time I say it, I'm gonna think, wow, I'm using slang right now. Giselle would not approve. Gotta. Pablo Escobar. No te creo. If you want to sound more like a native, you gotta use simplified contractions like gotta. Yeah, that's true. I mean, that's everything. That's every language. Me and Mike were talking about that. Um, how like when you really speak a language and you're comfortable with it, and you know the person that's listening to you is comfortable with it, you don't even say like, bro, I would never, ever, ever say, you know what I mean. I would never, ever say all of those words. I don't. That might be the first time I've ever done that, bro. Cause I'll say, you know what I mean, like, shit's whack. You know what I mean? You can't be in a conference and ain't to the crowd. Yes, you can. In the South, yes, you can. I remember the first time I ever heard somebody say that ain't wasn't a word was when I went to New York. They'll be like, ain't a word. And I'd be like, the fuck are you talking about, bro? Don't disrespect me. Exactly, Mike. That's my point. If you aren't doing what the people are doing, you're not connecting with them, bro. Or even that, I just said you not connecting with them instead of saying you're not or you aren't. Like, nah, you not connecting with them, bro. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't even say, you know what I mean? I say, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? AJ, what's up, bro? I don't know about quick, but I'm on my way, man. I'm on my way. I know you saw my Instagram video today. I took a couple steps, you feel me? So I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Bro, you from Boston? Oh, hell no. Nah. Bro, I listened to somebody from Boston rap the other day, and I could not believe what I was hearing, bro. Like, I actually turned the song off because of his accent. Like, I actually understood what Americans say when they're like, oh, I can't listen to British rap because he sounds like this. This dude, he actually went to jail on like some gang type shit, but he was like, something, something, he got shot. And I'm like, shot? I was like, click. I'm just like, bro, I'm not listening to this, dog. I live in Vegas, but from Boston. I hope you change your accent, bro. I hope you don't sound like that dude in that song. Do you say shot instead of shot? Do you say ka? Do you plan to lift as heavy as you did before, or will you do less weights from now on? Well, in the beginning, I'll be forced to do less weights. I have to make a decision on if I want to return to sport. But that's so far down the line, bro. It's gonna be like a year. I'm gonna have to like work my way back up. So it'll just depend, man. Because when you compete in a sport, it takes a certain mindset, and I'm not gonna put my body under stress if I don't want to do it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'll return to lifting, and as I build my way back up, I'll see if I'm mentally in it. If I'm not, I won't think twice. I'll just stop. I've done enough. You know what I mean? Um, but I would like to. if I can handle it. I'll make sure I keep in touch with my doctor and, like I said, just try to be smart about it. But I got, like, technically, not really, but technically I'm brand new because the problems that I didn't know that I had, they're cleaned up now. They cleaned up those problems and reattached it. So technically, I mean, I'm still not 17 years old, but I should be good to actually do more than I was doing before. Should I choose to work my way back up there? I've been to Boston, cool city, but I don't want to hear rap from there. A lot of Dominicans out there. See, I actually listen to the Dominican rap from there, but I don't want to hear people getting shot. Shot. A lot of the, oh, I think you meant to say, I hear a lot of the real Bostonians got gentrified out. I actually like their accent. Oh, really? FN City says my favorite song is called Flu Flam. Flu Flam and Op. Who's that by? Only Flu Flam I know is by Draco the Ruler. Rest in peace. When did I say I hate your Spanish, bro? Why is there a heart in the corner of the screen during a live? That's my heart. And if you don't tap it and keep it beating, then I will die on the live. Tempo is the best experience you had in Cali. Best experience. I went to this real fancy restaurant in Ciudad Jardín, and it's like a Japanese plus Colombian restaurant. And I had this real proper dude. He's like in a fucking, I don't know what that shit is called, but like the male Japanese suit. So not a kimono, but whatever their shit's called. And he just literally stood by our table like this. And like if you even looked like you wanted something else or something else, he would take your order and he would clean up your stuff. And anytime you said thank you or anything, he said, desde luego. And he would walk away. Just take your stuff. Gracias, desde luego. And he would just walk away. I was like, cool. It was super, super good food and it was a good experience. Darius, what's up, bro? Good to see you walking. Yeah, man, it felt good too. What did I think about Ngannou versus Fury? I think Fury was out of shape. Like, I was surprised he got knocked down, but I wasn't surprised with how the fight looked. But I mean, once he signed with Anthony Joshua, after that, I was like, this dude's getting knocked out cold, bro. I literally tweeted it. Like, as soon as they signed it, I already knew, bro. I'm like, who thought this was a good idea, bro? I'm sure they did because they wanted to see it, but I'm like, bro, Fury was out of shape. And Ngannou's not that guy in boxing. He's just not. Favorite and least favorite American accents. Is that for me or Giselle? Oh, shit. AJ, you meant Joshua. Well, I already answered that anyways. Yeah, Giselle, you're definitely talking about black people in Chicago. But all black people say finna. That's not just Chicago. All certain types of black people. You always questioning my Spanish. Bro, when have I ever questioned your Spanish, bro? What are you talking about? We're having a mismemory here. What have I ever said about your Spanish? I've never heard you speak Spanish, bro. I may have asked you, how good do you think your Spanish is? That's not questioning your Spanish. Low-key can't wait for your tweets for the Tyson Paul fight. Bro, I made a vow, bro. I'm not participating in that shit. I don't condone that shit. This dude's 60 years old, bro. I don't care what people think is gonna happen. That shit is wrong. It shouldn't be sanctioned. It should not be happening, bro. So I'm not tweeting shit about it. I ain't watching it. I'm not encouraging that shit, bro. Chicka, 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 chicka. Yeah, bro, it's real. That shit's disgusting, bro. Have you ever heard the accent from the Bay Area or country folk from the Midwest? Me? Of course I have. Or was that for Giselle? But the other one was for me. Last lie. This is Lafayette. I know, but Lafayette. What specifically did I say about your Spanish that makes you think that I was questioning your Spanish? That question was for me? Bro, I don't think there's an accent I haven't heard, bro. I'm such a listener, bro. Um, I think so. I was talking to Dre about this. The Bay Area accent and the Detroit accent, when they're rapping, it sounds almost identical, bro. It's pretty funny. But yeah. My best friend's from the Bay. Got it like me. He used to always say that shit when he moved to Texas. I'd be like, shut up, dog. We know you're from the Bay. Like, you don't ever need to say yeah that I mean in a conversation. Let me charge my phone. Yeah that I mean for sure. Favorite and least favorite though? Oof, it's tough. Because for me it just depends on who's talking. My least favorite though is definitely gotta be anything from the DMV. Anything um mainly Baltimore. Like I just like when people are saying to, damn, what did he do to you? Oh, I can't stand that, bro. Rest in peace. One of my good friends was from Baltimore, and I'll be like, yo, anything that ends in the ooh sound, you just need to not say that shit around me, bro. Lafayette not ready to listen to Spanish podcasts because of the level? Bro, what? Bro, using somebody else's live stream, you thought it was me, bro. That's just not even something I would say. What podcast even? But my favorite accent though, Mike, I think that's a little, and this is a little bit biased because half of my family's from there. But I think when a New Orleans accent sounds good, I think it sounds real good. What the fuck? Lafayette, you drunk, bro. That doesn't even sound realistic. I would never do something like that. If I had to guess where you're from based on your accent, here's the places I would guess. Based on my accent? This is my fake accent though, bro. But I feel like even through my fake accent, you could still hear probably mainly where I'm from. I think if somebody guessed where I was from and they got it wrong, I'll be like, you don't have a good ear for accents. If you can't at least guess the region, then I'll be like, you don't have a good ear for accents. I got some key features in my accent that give it away. They speak with the mouth half closed. Who? If someone tell me the type of accent Bad Bunny has, I ask because they look out their own and don't know matter, don't sing in that style, and I find it interesting. Puerto Rico, bro. Tego's from Puerto Rico. Don Mater's from DR, ain't he? Or am I tripping? Oh wait. Sometimes I be getting confused because people like Arcangel. See, like Arcangel is Dominican, but people associate him with Puerto Rico because he lived there, but his parents are Dominican. But either way, Bad Bunny has his own unique singing style, but he talks just like uh, every other Puerto Rican. If you watch like an interview or something like that, and he didn't even used to make his music like that. It just was something that kind of caught on, and so he kept doing it because that's what made him Bad Bunny. It's like Shaggy. Like everyone thinks that Shaggy always did that. But like he started doing that because he was a Marine, and he said the drill sergeants, they would be like, drop down and give me 20, boy. And he thought it was funny. So he would do that shit to make his platoon laugh. And so when he started making music, Shaggy actually made like regular dancehall music. If you can go listen to all his songs, he made regular music. And he made one song. What was that shit called? Something Carolina. I can't remember. But he used that voice in the song and it blew. And then he was like, fuck, I gotta keep using this voice. And so that's why you hear that voice on his songs. That's not how he used to make music. Florida Panhandle has the worst accent. Sound like the guy from King of the Hill with glasses. Talking about it, that on boom hard, man. Going back on that goddamn on live, man, and don't say no shit like that again about fucking Florida hand, man. If I heard you on the phone, I think Virginia, North Carolina, Florida. Can't really place you though, for real. If you said you're from California, Texas, Georgia, South Carolina, or anywhere like that, I believe it. I think I'm trying to think. I'm trying to get this clear before I say it. From what I know, from the people that I've met, there's only a few states that has that heavy R. Like I said, and where I'm from, we say her, there, clear. I don't know if people in North Carolina and shit do that, or Virginia even. I know they got like type Southern accents, but from Vermont, get the fuck out of here. But yeah, I only know like St. Louis. Like I know like people in Missouri do it. Obviously people like around the Dallas area. Tennessee too. And then their shit's even heavier, honestly, like Memphis, cause like if they got like a U sound and they put an R on it too, and like instead of saying Cuban, they say Curbin. Curbin on Curbin, my shit got legs, ho. In Texas, y'all do it differently though. Yeah. It's definitely different. Chirrete accent. Who has a Chirrete accent? You know what's crazy is Bad Bunny doesn't. Well, I guess this is to me. This is a personal opinion. Bad Bunny doesn't have a strong accent. His music is difficult for people to understand if they're not familiar with the Puerto Rican accent. But I would bet that someone like Mike, that maybe doesn't interact with people from Puerto Rico a lot, I bet you if he went and watched a podcast that Bad Bunny was on, he wouldn't be like, man, I can't understand what he's saying, which a lot of people do with certain people from Puerto Rico. Bad Bunny speaks very clearly, honestly, when he's talking. He just has a twisted tongue. I don't think so. But like I said, man, I'm biased. I learned a good majority of my Spanish from Puerto Ricans, so it just kind of sounds normal to me. But I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like there's some people that I can still like kind of like objectively be like, nah, this dude talks crazy. Like, I could show y'all some Puerto Rican artists where you would just be like, what the fuck is he saying, bro? But I just don't think Bad Bunny is that bad. I think people don't understand Bad Bunny because he uses a lot of slang, not because of his actual accent though. Yeah, exactly. Outside of the slang, like his famous lines, like people are not like, oh, what is he saying? Like, tú eres bebecita, tú no eres bebecita, tú eres bebesota, friquitona, más se te nota. Yeah, Edwin, you late, bro. Good evening, though. Good evening. That's another one. That's another one that there's certain greetings that only certain people from certain places in the world do. Like you're gonna have a tough time finding English speakers that really say good evening. Exactly. Nobody says good evening. Exactly. So if somebody says good evening, or if someone comes in here and says good night, I'll be like, either you're from uh, Trinidad, or English is not your first language. Because good night only means goodbye in English, and good evening is just, again, that's kind of like must. It sounds like we're in a movie. We're like, good evening. I must inform you of something that has passed. If you say good evening, I imagine you greeted me at the door of a fancy restaurant. Exactly. So there's some things like that that I only say like ironically, like joking. But yeah, good evening, sir. Exactly. That's exactly how I would say that. Good evening, sir. Tengo Calderón. La Valle. Imagine a football coach greeting his team with good evening. Good evening, guys. Yeah, no. Yeah, like I said, man, there's some stuff that common folk just don't do, man. Just don't do. Edwin, we're kind of just talking about everything. Where do y'all spend your days with common folk? Giselle, see, this is the thing. You come from an academic world, so the people you interact with are academic. No regular people are saying these words. Trust me. Oh God. But do you see Americans out in Cali? No, not really. If you go to like an American spot, um, you can find some if you really want to. Like if you go to Hooters when a football game is playing, or if you go to there's a place here called Mr. Wings. Very American spot. Not guaranteed that you'll see an American there, but it's a better chance. I'm trying to think of some other things that people say that native English speakers probably never say. I don't know. There's a lot. Like, cause I dealt with a lot of different people that learned English as a second language. Um, and it's not like you don't understand them, but it's just like, yeah, that's definitely a direct translation, or you learned from somebody that learned English as their second language. So there's like a little game of telephone going on. You know what I mean? It was my pleasure. Yeah. It's like here you say, nobody said buenas noches. What? It's like here. It's like here you say, nobody said buenas noches. Well, I'm talking about in English. You can't say good night. If you say good night in English, you're saying goodbye. If you walk up to me and say good night, I'll be really, really confused. Or if someone put good night in the chat, I'll say, all right, man, thanks for stopping in. See you next time, because good night means bye. Chat only Cali trip. Chat, is this real? I'll link up in Cali before Tampa goes back to Texas. Oh yeah, more or less. That's a good one. That's a good one. Um, yeah. Yeah, there's just a lot of little things that just don't translate either way. If you come here and you tell me that nobody used the words buenas noches, that with me, I'm guessing you meant that would mean that you're going to the wrong places. No, I'm talking about in English. You can't say good night in English. It's just wrong. So. Yeah, so is the right way. So. Cali trip. Bruh, I don't have no wheelchair. Why? I don't. I literally do not have a wheelchair. There's not a wheelchair in my house. There's nothing to push me around in. I said nobody says good evening. Yeah, nobody says good evening. Trust me. Trust me. You might have thought you heard a good evening. If you did not hear a good evening from a regular person, like, that's just not a thing. I lived in my country for 30 plus years. I've gone to college. I've been in the military. Good evening is only it's a very, very formal greeting. Like Mike said, you would hear it at a restaurant, like a fancy restaurant too. You could hear it at work if you're working at night. Good evening. Good evening, everyone. I'm telling you blah, blah, blah. But I would never in a million years greet one of my friends with good evening. Ever. I would never greet anyone that I know with good evening. It's way too formal. It would just be awkward. Like I said, unless you're doing it as a joke. Like I said, if someone with an accent said good evening to me, I'll just be like, oh, like they must speak a language where good evening is a greeting. People do greet me like that? From where? Who greets you like that, Giselle? That's what I said, Mike. Like, nah, dog, literally never. You're telling me your friends say good evening to you? I don't believe that. I just don't believe it. And unless they're not American, they could be from somewhere else. College professors. See, this is what I'm talking about. Are they writing you or are they saying it to you in person? Because, like, you're in an academic setting, yeah, that's a very, very formal setting. If you say good evening to a regular person, they're going to be so confused. They're going to just be like, what is going on right now? Like, definitely not. Yeah, exactly. And emails, because emails are technically, I don't know how to explain this, but emails are always formal. Like, no matter who I'm writing, I put sincerely Jalen Shabazz at the end. Or something like that. Kind regards or some shit like that. But yeah. there's just some stuff you just don't say. I don't know how to really explain it past that. Besides just you're gonna sound weird and you might get robbed. You might. This motherfucker thinks he's the king of England or something. Yeah. And there's some stuff, I'm trying to think of some other things that are like, in some places they might be considered formal, but in other places it's almost like slang. But good evening's not one of those. But something like for instance, like I beg your pardon. Technically, I beg your pardon. Technically, I would say that that's a formal expression. But everyone says, I beg your pardon. But you kind of turn it like, I beg your motherfucking pardon? Like, I beg your pardon? Like, it's something that you could kind of modernize. You could kind of make that hood. Yeah, exactly. It can be aggressive. Exactly, bro. But if you said that regularly, it will be super, super, super formal. I beg your pardon? What'd you say? Like, what? Like, why did you just say that to me, bro? Like, Toy Story. Good evening, madam. Yeah, some stuff you just have to live. You just have to experience in, and I would say that's the difference between living an experience and learning it, because some stuff you won't even know. And there's people that speak a language. There's native speakers that through a lifetime they still don't understand the weight of the words that they use. That is the reason that I like to advance my vocabulary in both languages, because there's certain words that, whether you want to acknowledge it or not, cause certain reactions. Like we just said, if you say good evening, you just turn this thing formal, right? And whether you know it or not, like I said, there's this thing that women do. I can't speak for Spanish speaking women, but I can speak for English speaking women. You know when a girl is fed up with your shit, when she starts speaking like she's in the HR department, when she starts talking to you real formal, you know you messed up, and she's probably gonna stop talking to you soon. So yeah, if you were talking to a dude and you start, like, if you're saying like good evening and I regret to inform you, blah blah, like he's gonna be like, yo, what the fuck, what did I do? But that's the kind of stuff that, like, you kind of have to live. It's kind of hard to explain. Jalen secretly says, ahoy, mate. Ahoy, matey. Mike and Tempo, what's the fastest time you've seen someone become conversational in Spanish? Uh, I don't know, bro. Like, everyone has a different definition of conversational, because, like I said, it's one thing to have conversations. It's another thing to have good conversations. It's another thing to be comfortable in those good conversations. But uh, I've seen people get there 4, 5, 6 months, something like that. Came over for the what? Giselle, what? What are you talking about, Giselle? Mike, have you met someone that did it in less than 6 months? I've seen people have conversations in less than 6 months, but I haven't seen someone get to a level where I'm like, wow, these are some good conversations in less than 6 months. Some things, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's improbable. It's unlikely. Just because some processes just do take time. And it's just like we're talking about right now. some things have to be lived, some things have to be experienced. You don't necessarily have to go to another country, but it literally just takes time for it to kind of soak in and for you to say, okay, this is not the same as English, or this is not the same as my native language. I can say this. When people say this, it doesn't mean what it means in English. Um, and like I said, tones, aggressiveness, all of that kind of stuff. It's kind of hard to learn that stuff in a short amount of time. And like I said, the more colorful your vocabulary is, the more time you have, the more experience you have, the more you can detect stuff, um, good and bad. You know, like, I mean, I can't speak for you, but I already had like an intuitive kind of talent for it, but I was also professionally trained to read people's body language, to kind of get people's intentions. So I'm really, really good at taking words that people say or don't say and making a story out of it in English. It's different in Spanish because it's a totally different language. So for instance, in English, if you are not identifying yourself in the sentence, I'm automatically gonna think you're lying because English is a very self-centered language. I drove my car. I went and did this. I called this person. So when people start saying stuff like, yeah, so the keys got dropped and then, a ride was taken to this place and conversations were had. It's like, bro, why are you it's like you're trying to separate yourself from the action because you don't want to take responsibility for it. You see that a lot in murder investigations. You see that a lot when dudes are getting caught up cheating. So the more you know, the more you can read between the lines and stuff like that. But like I said, Spanish is not spoken like English is spoken, so you can't take those exact same concepts and say, "Oh, this person said se me cayeron las llaves. I guess that means they're lying." It's like, well, no, because it's not English. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different. Some stuff you never learn. I know people that still get tricked by people all the time, bro. And I'm just like, bro, how can you not tell that you're getting lied to, bro? Tempa, you think Dre's Spanish is increasing a lot since living in Cali? I'm asking because I know you guys are friends. I think so, but I don't like hang out with him on like a daily basis or nothing. Like, we're cool for sure. But he has a life and a busy life, and I have my life, so we link up every once in a while, but we speak in English to each other. So the majority of the times that we've hung out, we've spoken English. Um, the last time we hung out and spoke Spanish was in a group, but that was a while ago, bro. But I think from the very first time I ever heard him speak Spanish to the last time I heard him speak Spanish, I think he made a shit ton of progress. But I don't think it's because he lives in Cali. I think he would have made roughly the same progress anyways because of the stuff that he's doing. That's why I made that video where I said moving somewhere won't make you fluent because you still have to put in the work. You still have to have conversations. You have to get uncomfortable. That's just like literally what it is. I'm sure, well, I don't know if you know, but I know lots of people that live in the United States that can't speak English. And I'm talking about people that have been there for 30 years, maybe 20, 30, 40 years. Just because you're surrounded by something doesn't mean you're just going to magically absorb it. So he is juicioso. He, like, last live, I talked to you guys. I don't know if you were in here, but I know Mike was in here. He reads and he'll highlight phrases and words, not even just the ones that he doesn't know, the ones that he doesn't frequently use in his vocabulary. So, like Giselle just told us, oh, casi me muero, casi me caigo. They're slang. You should say sentí morir. What he would do if he saw that in a book was he would highlight it and he would begin to review it and try to say it in daily conversation. So like I just told Giselle, she just taught me that. Will I use it? I don't know. Maybe. But he would. He would use it and that would improve his Spanish. Dre's Spanish is improving. Dre is serious about learning the language. Yeah. Some stuff I don't want to say it can't be taught, but some people have, I want to say, a different kind of drive. And I think it is reflected in the way that they speak the second language. You can tell when someone, uh, I want to say, like, learned for academic purposes. You can tell when someone learned for travel purposes. You can tell when someone's putting in crazy work to try to speak the best that they can with the least amount of accent that they can. You can tell because it's not easy to do. So when someone does it, you're like, bro, you must have done a lot to get to this point. So, but honestly, as weird as it is, I'm not as impressed with people that speak Spanish without a crazy accent as I am about people that speak English without a crazy accent. Because our language is a lot harder to speak without an accent. So whenever I speak to someone and I can't tell that they're bilingual, I'm like, whoa, like, bro. And I never want to disrespect them and be like, your English is so good. But I am just like, wow, like the fact that your Spanish isn't bleeding into your English, that's super impressive. It is, it really is. I do think like maybe the Romance languages are a little bit easier to do it with because I don't know if I've ever heard anyone like from China or Russia or something that spoke English with zero accent. I just never heard it before. It might exist, I'm sure it does, but I've heard a handful of Spanish and French speakers that I was just like, whoa, that's crazy. Never heard a Portuguese speaker speak English where I couldn't tell. It's because they have a weird E sound that they make, and it seems to bleed into their English. I seen this Spanish journey on Mike channel, but that girl who learned Spanish off Duolingo is crazy. I hate that app. She might be capping. Temple, you try any Spanish apps? In the beginning of my journey when I wasn't really learning shit, but after that, nah, I dropped them. And I know the girl you're talking about, and I definitely don't speak negatively of people that I don't know. So I don't wanna call cap, but there, there might be more to the story. But if that's what she said, then uh, we have no choice but to believe it. And the thing is too, I would have to go watch the full thing. Yeah, you can only go off of her word. I think Mike, did she say that she started with that and then she moved on to conversation? Surely I didn't watch it, so surely her conversation with you wasn't the first time talking to somebody, right? After 3 months. Oh, okay, yeah. That's different. I was thinking this was a person that said like, yeah, like I only do Duolingo. I don't talk to people. Yeah. No, I believe that. I think Duolingo can give you a decent base. It's just for one, most people, like I just said, they're not serious about what they're doing. So it wouldn't matter if they're using the app or not. But the other thing is that you're just kind of playing a game, bro. You're getting some vocabulary, but you're not using it. There's no context. This shit's random. Like the yellow elephant fucking ate an apple. You're never gonna say that shit in real life, bro. You know. But you could take the little base that you get from there, like she did, and start talking to people. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And the other thing too is that one thing that I discovered maybe like at the end of quarantine was they got Duolingo podcasts. Now I did listen to a bunch of those, and I would say that at the stage that I was at the time, it helped me a lot because they do them like in English, but then it switches to Spanish. So like someone would speak in Spanish for like a whole conversation, and then the English narrator would say, "He just talked about blah 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 blah." You'd be like, "Oh shit, I understood that," but you would have her to kind of fill in the gaps if you didn't get it. She was shy to talk to people, to talk with people, so she used the app. Yeah. You know, it's crazy. I'm training people to pass this test. Why is that crazy? Duolingo test is being accepted as a certified test. Yo, about 2 months ago, because this was in January. Yeah, 2 months ago. Uh, I'm in this group chat where people learn Spanish, basically. I'm a moderator in the chat. And they love Duolingo in that chat. So I wanted to be justified in my shit talking. So I said, you know what, let me go make sure I can test out first of all. I knew I could, but I just was like, let me see how hard it is. Oh hell no, there's a centipede on the ground. So I went and tested, and bro, the end of that test, that shit actually got hard, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it was like a lot of past subjunctive and stuff like that. Uh, and just random words, like we said, that you might not use every day. So actually, towards the end of the test, I was really thinking. But I think it said the end of the test is only B2. Yeah, you would be like a high B2 if you could test out. And so I tested out, and I was like, this also kind of proves my point. Even if you made it to the very end of this thing, you would only have a B2, technically a reading level, because you can't speak like that because you're playing a game. You're just hitting the right answer. Um, and I think that's what the article said. I think the article said Duolingo does not claim that you can get fluent. It claims that you can get to a high B2 level if you complete. And bro, once I tested out and it showed the whole thing, I was like, first of all, if you take this shit step by step, you probably would never finish it anyways, unless, like I said, unless you were really, really on it every day. And if you're that dedicated, you probably just go talk to real people. Let's take one of those formal tests this year, Jaden. Let's see if we can get to C1. Bro, you trying to hurt? Well, nah, what if I do it and they're like, congratulations, sir, you're B2. Then I'm gonna have to fight everybody there, bro. I'll be like, no, I'm C1. Don't do this to me. Nah, I would just. The thing is, bro, it's not really a matter of can we get C1, because I know people that have gotten C1, and I don't think their Spanish is amazing. Same thing with English. I know people that have gotten C1 in English, and I don't think their English is amazing. It's more of a matter of preparing for the test. I know some regular native English speakers that probably will fail that test, or not fail it, but probably get like a B1 or something. Temper your journey dope too, making your story crazy. You could be a full-time YouTuber if you wanted to. Bro, being a full-time YouTuber is it's more work than people think. A lot of work for not guaranteed money. He has a career. Like, why? Why be a full-time YouTuber if he has a career? You know what I'm saying? He could. You're right, for sure. Peace, 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 peace. I couldn't find the bleach for my beard. I'll try to look and see what mine was called, bro. But if you don't got like a Sally's by your house, bro. Yeah, and that's the other thing. Literally, wanting to do it or not. Everyone just assumes that you would want to do it. But yeah, like I said, that shit is a job, bro. If you don't want to do it, you shouldn't do it. Did you think about doing full-time YouTube? No. Not even once, bro. The only way that would happen is if I was like, I don't want to say forced into it, but if for some reason like I became like some internet superstar, and I had like 500,000 subscribers, and they're like, bro, we need more content, please. And I'm just like, dude, I could really make like a legit crazy living off of this. Then I might do it. And if I thought it had like further reaching implications, you know what I mean? If I'm like, okay, I can start with this and I can use this to build this and blah blah blah. But outside of that, no, bro. I like this. I like chilling, talking to a few people, making videos to help people when I can. But I'm not really trying to, bro. You know, like Spanish Blueprints. He always posts on his story like that he wrote a script for his video. He'll be like, the script took 1.5 hours to write. Video took an hour to record. Editing took 3 hours. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, I ain't never taking that much time for a video, bro. Y'all get a raw video. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Yeah, they have a lifespan. The thing too is it's just like music. You have a certain age group that watches your shit, and that age group is gonna grow with you. And when they decide to stop watching, you're cooked. Like the next generation is not gonna be watching you. Like Mike just said, the people that we watched, little kids are not watching them. They're watching Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, or whatever his name is, and Speed and stuff like that. 10 years from now, your your viewership is probably gonna move on. Probably. I had one girl recognize me at a library. I was shook. She was staring for like 10 minutes and came out. Thought she was gonna try to off you. That's dope. Spanish Blue is trying hard. Yeah, he takes it seriously, bro. Well, I mean, he's on his way up. He gets more subscribers all the time. Had to restart my computer, so I didn't get to hear if you had heard of the YouTube channel. What is it? What is it about? I don't know. You touch a lot of people. Pause. Eh. Oh my God, Giselle. Giselle, you are this. Wait, hold on. Let me think. Because depending on how I say this, it'll mean something different. Are you the smartest slow person I know, or are you the slowest smart person? Nah, you're the slowest smart person I know. Yes, he has a channel. He has a big channel. If you have, oh, if I were to have $1 million, what would I buy? I'll probably buy a house. Yeah, probably buy a house, buy another car, chill, give away some to charity. Bah, bah, bah. No, Mike, she's serious. That's what's funny about this. That's why I said she's the slowest smart person I know. Mike has a Spanish teaching channel. He look, just click on his page. He has like 17,000 subscribers or something like that. Oh wait, this is not his official account. That's why. Giselle, just type in Mike Ben on your YouTube search bar. Mike Ben is a star in the hood. Basically. Marta, what do you think about my answer? Is that good? Is that a good thing that I would do with my $1 million? Axa, do your homework and stop watching YouTube. Oh, she said she's gonna drop out. Well, that's too damn bad. Can't believe you sold it in low, bro. No respect. No respect for the pioneers in the game. Axa must be taking a break from her homework. See, you know what's funny, Mike? Axa was just telling me that I should get my master's. Whenever stuff like this happens, I'm like, yeah, actually, this is why I'm not doing it. Yeah, actually, good reminder. Is it? Oh. Not knocking Spanish Blue, but Mike, you would be way bigger if you wanted. Yeah, he could. Still got my GI. No, I used it. I have a college degree. I just don't have a master's degree. Just don't be an overachiever like me. I've never been an overachiever in my life. Exactly. C's get degrees. GPA doesn't show up on a diploma. It doesn't. They did tell me that about my bachelor's. And then they were like, yeah, but if you want your master's, they be asking what you made on your bachelor's. I'm like, oh no, I barely passed. See, I really had that C's get degrees mentality in my bachelor's program. Like it was so bad that when I was finishing up, like my little academic counselor, whatever the fuck her name was, she was just like, I hope you know that if you don't get a B in this final psychology class, like you will not pass. You will not get to walk. And I was like, okay, I'll get a B then. It's cool. And she's like, I hope you're taking this seriously. And I'm like, I am. And I passed. And I got my degree. There's a doctor out there with a 1.9 doing open heart surgery. That's fine. Because you actually don't have to be a good student to do a good surgery. And on the contrary, you could be a great student and suck. Axel said she never did that. Yeah, you know how I am. She was stressed out and I wasn't stressed out. And I'm like, bro, why are you stressed out? It's my degree. You're an academic counselor. Who fucking cares? Like, if I failed, it wouldn't affect you at all. Just like, people, man. I just don't understand stress. Never in my life have I ever wanted to stress about anything, bro. Unless I have to stress about it, which is almost nothing. I'm like, either I can do this or I can't. And if I can't, then why would I stress about it? Oh, God. Come through, y'all. Come through. Baby, come through. You deserve rounds tonight. It's 10:50. Crazy. Do I still go out? Bro, I'm disabled. No. I just took my first steps today, bro. Oh my God, bro. I don't have a wheelchair. I feel like you think I'm joking when I say I don't have a wheelchair, bro. Yeah, he must be trolling. He has to be. I don't know. It's just that I kind of feel like I felt like he wasn't trolling, but now I'm just thinking. I'm like, it's like the third time. There's no way he's not trolling. But I fell right into it. That's my fault. It's a good troll. No troll, bro. You have to be. I told you like 3 different times I don't have a wheelchair. I don't believe you. Good troll. Good troll. That's all of them. Mike, only December or January is good for me. Well, that would be a horrible time to travel here. Man, the holidays here, the traffic was so crazy. And fucking nothing's open because everyone's like, it's the holidays. That reminds me, the exact same thing happened to me. So basically, the last time I went to Puerto Rico, I saw this crazy cool coffee shop that made like dope coffee. I told Axa, I'm like, yo, look at this coffee place. Like, and we could go here and we could hit Yauco and see all of these painted buildings and stuff. Bro, we got up early in the morning, drove all the way across Puerto Rico. Shit was like 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. So we get to the coffee shop, literally like park the whip, see someone walking out of the coffee shop. The fuck? Walk up to the coffee shop, look at the door. That shit says like whatever the day was. Let's just say it was Wednesday. It was like Wednesday, like 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And it was like 12:31 or some shit like that. Actually, I think it was before the time. It was like 12:20. And it said that she would be back in January. Shit was like 3 or 4 weeks. She was like, she's going to visit her family for the holidays. And I was like, no fucking way, bro. No fucking way, dog. And then like a lot of the places that we went to that day, they're just like, oh yeah, that shit's not gonna be open until January, Poppy. Like it's the holidays. I'm just like, damn. So you go somewhere in Latin America, just be careful when it's December, bro. Cause even my gym, both my gyms, the weightlifting gym and the boxing gym, during December, they basically were not operating. The boxing gym, yes, only because there was one dude who was gonna be training anyways, and he'll be like, yo, y'all wanna come through from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. every day, you can, because I'll be there working out. But outside of that, they were basically not operating during December. So, gots to be careful. Or just like, actually, there's just a lot of holidays here, honestly, bro. They have way more holidays than us. And it's mad random. You just wake up one day and you're like, I'm gonna go eat at this spot, and that shit's closed. And they're like, of course they're not open. It's a holiday. And I'm like, fuck was I supposed to know that? Especially, coming up. La Semana Santa. That shit's, I'm sure everything's gonna be fucking closed. My physical therapist was like, I'm not gonna be here, so you're gonna have to do the stuff yourself. I'm like, really, bro? You can't come through for an hour? That's cool. Why bro put Kylie in all caps like that? Why did he just scream into the chat? Darling, Oh, Giselle, did you see that video of those kids that died today in Colombia? I think I'm just like chronically on Twitter, so I just saw it. But everyone that I know from Colombia on Twitter was posting this video of these kids. That shit was crazy. Bro, I don't even know how to explain this shit, bro. Honestly, like if I tell you what happened, you're gonna be like, "That's the dumbest shit I ever heard." But these kids were also like 9 years old. They're doing something called gravity biking, and they're on bikes, like the pedal bikes, bro, the pumping bikes that don't have no real brakes. They're at the top of this. I can't even explain it, bro. It's a road that goes straight down, bro, and it's four kids. Um, One's recording. That's sitting on the back. And bro, you can just tell they're going like 90 miles per hour down. No helmets, no nothing, bro. Yeah, exactly. It's curving down and everything. No helmets. Uh, and yeah, they're going fast as shit. You just see like a big ass truck and they try to like hit the brakes or something. And the cell phone just goes flying. And then you just hear screaming. Ah! Se mató, se mató. And yeah, someone else had the video of their bodies. I'm like, bruh, I didn't even know that could happen from falling off your bike, bro. Like, but I guess if you're going that fast, like, yeah, I'll send you the video when I get off. But yeah, bro, that shit was nuts, bro. I expected them to be really hurt. But the original person that posted the video just was like, this was crazy. And then I was like, bro, these kids died? And I looked at the replies and someone was like, this is what their bodies look like afterwards. I was like, what the they were trying to avoid the truck. So two kids died. I'm pretty sure those kids did not get hit by the truck. I think the other two kids that were more bloody but still alive got hit by the truck, but that might have like saved them in some way, if that makes sense. But I don't remember the exact details. I just remember just being like, what the fuck? Wait, you saw it? Why you act like you didn't see shit? Send me on IG. Remind me when I get off here. I'll send it to you. Yeah, that shit was in like Popayan or something like that. I don't know the name of the town. But yeah, that shit was crazy. I see videos like that every single day. Literally every day. Not bike stuff, but like just random videos. There's a Twitter page called Out of Context Colombia, and so they post a lot of random stuff that happens in Colombia. Honestly, my Twitter is very, very crazy. It's a good mix of sports and massacres. Because what happens is if you watch that shit, the algorithm is like, wow, you watched this video all the way through. Let me recommend you another one just like that. And I'm like, well, it's not like I went looking for this. No, I'm interested in the next one. I kind of want to see it. I saw this video in Puerto Rico. This would have been about a week ago. Man, this dude, it was four dudes. They like tried to rob somebody. They hopped out the car. But one of the dudes got shot. And bro, I don't know where he got hit, but there was so much blood. And they tried to carry him back to the car. And like when they stood him up, he just crumpled. And they just had to leave him there. And I was like, damn, bro. But obviously he died. World Star. You know what's crazy? I heard someone scream World Star on the fight video the other day, and I'm like, nah, bro, that era is over. It's not cool to do anymore, bro. It's actually kind of corny now. All those things. This is my sister. She keeps coming to my room like, you gotta see this. Yeah, that's me. I be trying to show accident. I'm not a rude person, so I'll be like, yo, I'm not gonna send this to you without, your consent. Do you want to see this video of this thing? No. Oh, okay. So, I got certain friends that watch crazy videos like that. I send them those videos. You gotta know who to send them to. Some videos like that in bad neighborhoods in Cali, yeah, those ones pop up too. Like yesterday, I mean, this wasn't that bad, but yesterday there was a video of a shorty on she was on the back of a motorcycle, and she thought she had zipped up her book bag, but she didn't, and there was a big ass rifle sticking out of her bag, bro. And I was like, yeah, that's Cali, Colombia. Try to keep that stuff. I'll try to keep that out of my brain as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't do it like all day or anything, but I don't have a problem watching it whenever I do watch it. Like, how do I explain it? I think because I don't really have a good explanation, but I think because I don't have any emotional problems because I had a good life. So it doesn't like do anything to me. It doesn't make me feel weird. It doesn't make me, I don't know. I think some people should shelter themselves from that, especially if they think they need to. Um, and I don't think it's good for anyone to repeatedly watch stuff like that all the time. But as you mentioned, yeah, you get desensitized to some stuff, unfortunately. So makes me feel scared because I have kids. Yeah, that makes sense too. Yeah, if I saw that shit and I had kids, I'd be like, yo, I'm selling your bikes today. No bikes for you. No bikes. Every time there's an accident, they would do a meeting. And show the raw footage. Why? The worst thing I've ever seen, honestly, was not a killing. The worst thing I've ever seen, and I've seen this twice, two different occasions, and it's what you're talking about. It was someone that was working in a factory, and I don't know what the name of this machine is. I really don't even know what it does. But whenever you have a machine that does this, and it has that much mechanical force, you can't get close to it. And both times someone got their sleeve caught in it, which put their arm in it. And I'm not even joking. If you could imagine like a cartoon, I would need something to actually like show you. Like obviously I can do this because it's plastic. But that is what happened to the person's body. It literally was like in like 2 seconds. It's like they tried to resist for like a second, and then it was like, and they're like wrapped around the machine, and I'm just like, oh my God, bro. And I'm just like, yo, I didn't even know that was possible. I seen that 2 times, a woman and a man. And I'm just like, dude, there's literally no way that you could be that person's coworker and not be traumatized. Like somebody has to clean that up, bro. Somebody has to see it and report it. Oof, crazy. Tempo, what do you like most about Cali? I like the people. I like the fruits. There's fruits here that don't exist in other places, and everything's just fresh, just super fresh. Find out destination. Yeah, man. You know who gets really fucked up? They usually give this job to people in Guam or the Philippines, but you know, for all of these social medias, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, there's a lot of uh, movies involving minors, right? And that shit gets posted like every minute. And when someone reports it, there needs to be a moderator that actually watches all of it and determines that a crime is being committed and this is inappropriate for the site. Bro, that's someone's job to watch that stuff all day. And they often take themselves out of the game because their brain gets so messed up from seeing children get violated and stuff all day. Um, there was a documentary I watched about it. I can't remember what it was called, but I'm sure you could like search for it and find it on YouTube or something like that. But yeah, man, they pay those people like minimum wage to watch that kind of stuff all day. Because a regular person is not taking that job. You kind of have to be desperate for money. I don't think you're a passport bro just because you would date outside of the country. I don't think that fits the connotation. So a passport bro is someone, and this is, let me use a little formal expression. This is according to my understanding. It's someone that is looking to date outside of the country, and not just looking to date outside of the country, looking to do that because they think that those women are a better quality of woman, or even an easier woman to manipulate. That's what I would say, not a better quality. They think because they have more money, technically, here, that they could get a better wife here. Easier. The thing that just all of those people don't understand is that life is just not that simple. It's just not. And just because you can get someone easier doesn't mean that you're gonna have a good relationship or that they're gonna stay with you. That's the biggest one. Like, of course, they might marry you at first. They want papers. I just feel like these motherfuckers don't have no game anywhere. So really, you just paying for it, which is you could do that in America too. What is that place? Thrill like? A place called Thrill? So what are you saying? I actually don't know what you're saying, Giselle. Oof. Americans only. My thing is, I wouldn't have ever wanted to be with someone that I couldn't communicate with. That's the craziest thing like about the passport type bros to me is that they be getting with girls that don't really speak English and they don't really speak Spanish. And I'm like, bro, you think she don't have another boyfriend? You're crazy. You crazy. That's when you get hit with the, oh, that's my cousin. You probably sitting at the dinner table with her boyfriend thinking it's her cousin. You ran into passport bros out there? No, bro. I don't see no Americans out here. I don't. Even if I saw them, I probably wouldn't know that I saw them. Yeah, that's not my type of crowd, bro. So I wouldn't know. Only interactions with Americans I've had here besides like Dre and my boy Castro. Uh, Random encounters that I haven't had any random encounters with Americans here. I've never seen an American just out and about. But at a boxing event, there was two Americans that showed up to fight, and they didn't speak any Spanish, and I had to help them when translating. And I'm like, why would y'all come all the way here with zero Spanish, bro? People are good or not the right one due to the way you feel around them and the way they treat you. Yeah, but communication is a big part of a relationship. And if you can't communicate, doomed. But yes, exactly. There shouldn't be a strong language barrier. That's what I'm saying. If y'all can meet each other in the middle, I think that's okay. But like imagine someone's trying to tell you something and you literally just can't understand them. Like you wouldn't be able to communicate your boundaries. You wouldn't be able to tell them, oh, this hurts my feelings. You wouldn't be able to tell them, I don't like it when you do this. Like, or you might be able to tell them and they still might not be able to understand why. Yeah, I think some of them kind of rely like I don't know if rely is the word I want to use, but I think some of them kind of like being the American that doesn't speak Spanish. Like they think there's like an eliteness about being American, so they're just like, oh yeah, like I don't even want to speak Spanish. I want them to know that I'm American. She said that, Mike. I'm not even. I'm not even replying to that. We're not having one of those chats again. Mike, you ever heard this song called Me Vengo? It's a hella funny song. You should listen to it, bro. I know all the words. Giselle did start it. Bro, I love that song. He's like a Peruvian Tekashi 6ix9ine. Y'all know who that is? Oh, y'all know who that is? I don't want to turn the bottle because it has her name on it. Who y'all think that is? suppose I could have just covered it with my finger. I can't get it clear. Oh, there we go. You get to look for 5 seconds. Alright, Mike doesn't know. Lafayette doesn't know. Giselle doesn't know. It's supposed to be Karol G. See? Karol G. J-Lo, what? It's like Karol G as a mermaid. You got the G part because you saw the G. Because I didn't cover it the first time. Hmm, 11:15. Actually, still doing her homework. I'll probably go to like 11:30. I just got a few workouts I gotta make for people before I go to bed, so I can't get off of here super late. What country would you like to go to in South America? Is that for me? I don't want to go anywhere. I'm chilling. I think if I like absolutely had to, I mean, I want to visit Argentina, but not right now. Not exactly at this moment. Giselle, what are you lost about? Giselle, you're always lost. Always. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. Do, do, do. Uruguay. I know exactly one person from Uruguay. Might got a kid in Peru. He might. He might. Brazil. Brazil. Brazil's too crazy for me, man. I need like a tour guide if I go there. I'm not pulling up by myself. Fuck no. She was the homie. I don't know what that means. Danger. She smashed the homie. Danger. What's up, Charlie? Yeah, I've been out here for a minute. Stay on for a little while longer. We're just talking about random stuff. I said Argentina last chat. You said too dangerous. I know. That's why I just said I would like to go to Argentina, but I ain't going. It's not. Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say what Giselle said. Argentina's poor now. Nah, I don't have anything against poor people, but the more poverty there is, the more danger there is. Poverty, it's like it's just like it precedes danger. Somewhere could be poor and not dangerous, but it's real easy for somewhere to be poor and turn dangerous. There's not many poor places where people are just like Oh yeah, everyone there is poor, but don't worry, no one's gonna hurt you. Nah, the poorer that shit is, and the longer it's been poor, the more dangerous it is probably. Like Venezuela. When Venezuela first became poor, it was probably okay. People probably started fleeing, people that could see where it was going. But, it was still Venezuela, it's still the richest country in South America. Not now. No, if you know where to go. Well, that's the problem. We don't know where to go. That is exactly the problem. I could tell you all the places to avoid in Texas. Someone might look at Texas and say, "Oh my God, look how many shootings happen." I'll be like, well, "Yeah, don't go to Acres Home. Don't go to A. Lee. Don't go to these places where you're gonna get shot for sure." Uh, but if you just wander into Texas and you say, Houston's the biggest city, I'm gonna go there. It should be safe there. You probably gonna get shot, bro. You probably gonna get robbed. Just keeping it real with you. I don't know if I ever talked about Houston on this chat before, but Houston has a serious problem with I can't even think of what it's called right now. But basically, imagine you kill someone today. You go to jail. In most places, you cannot be bonded out. You're done. You're gonna have to sit because you're dangerous. In Houston, you can kill someone, be on trial for capital murder, and you can pay the bond to get out. So what happens a lot of times in Houston is someone is awaiting trial for a murder, and they get out and they kill somebody else. It happens all the time. Just type in Houston murderers bond in Google, and you're gonna see articles about the insane amount of people on trial or awaiting trial for capital murders. Yes, Harris County, exactly. They let them out. These people will get out, kill old ladies and all kinds of shit, bro. That's not a place I'm interested in being. I want to go to a place with 2K for a month and be good. You could definitely be good here for a month with 2K. Just go to a place where they say good evening. Okay, so nowhere in the United States. Well, my friend is a bounty hunter. That shit's crazy. I don't know why y'all do that shit, bro. But yeah. Damn, where I put the bottle cap? You got videos? That's crazy, bro. Be safe out there, man. Crazy people. If you don't party too much. What if you don't party too much? I'm holding myself up right now because my butt's now. Oh, 2K. I mean, even if you party 2K for a month here, it would be really hard to spend 2K here in a month. Unless you're just doing crazy shit. Like, absolutely crazy shit. Like, just think about it. You have to spend, yeah, no. You could definitely spend it. I think I spent 2K in a month here, to be honest. But I had some stuff that I had to pay for. If you're by yourself and you pay for a moderate living situation, 2K straight. 2K will do you enough for sure. Yeah. Trying to think of a way you can run out 2K in a month. You just really have to be trying to. That's my point. What's a good Airbnb price? It just depends, bro. It depends on the quality that you want, what part of town you want it in. Uh, if you're in a nice place and you want like a regular size thing, um, no, $300, $400. You can find more expensive stuff. Like the one I bid cost more than that, but um, that's because it's a lot bigger. This is 2 bedrooms, big ass living room space and shit. So 2 TVs, everything. It's pretty big. Kylie, what? Giselle, why did you say that? Come on. Come on, what? Kylie stress. Giselle's not an advocate for Kylie. Don't listen to her. Whatever she's about to say, don't listen to her. Why Kylie? Why don't you want him to go to Cali? He's trying to have a vacation. Giselle is the worst travel agent for Cali of all time. Can't listen to her. Lafayette, don't listen to anything she says, bro. You can't listen to someone that's from a city. It's the same thing in America. Everybody needs to get out of their city because there's nothing for them in their city. Motherfuckers be in New York City like, I had to get out of there, man. There's nothing for me there. That place is a dead end. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. That's everybody. It's because you're from there. It's just unremarkable to you because you lived there your whole life. It's gonna be like that. I mean, I haven't been to Bogota, so I can't speak on that. But the student that I teach on Wednesdays, she's from Bogota. And she told me that shit was sketchy. She said, I'm from Bogota and I don't like going to Bogota because she's like, it's just too crazy. Listen, Mike Lafayette, don't listen to Giselle. She's a negative Nancy that is from Cali, so she's biased. Barranquilla? I mean, depends on what you want to do, man. She says you won't be noticed in Cali because you're black. Bruh, ain't nobody gonna be looking at you here, dog. I'm telling you, bro. The only person, and I don't even think this counts because she's my physical therapist, and she already knew I was American. So one time she asked me kind of the same thing. She was like, "Oh, well, do people like treat you any differently because you're American and blah blah?" And I'm like, nobody knows I'm American. Like literally nobody knows until I tell them. I'm sure if they talk to me like extensively, they could figure it out. But if I'm just walking, nobody knows that I'm not from here. Exactly. And honestly, Giselle, only in long conversations can people tell. Only in conversations where they start talking about like one time my Uber was asking me about some event and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. He was like, oh, you're not from here, are you? And I was like, nah, bro. But I had already talked to him for like 5 minutes, but just because I didn't know that thing, he's like, bro, there's literally no way you could be from here. So it's stuff like that. But if I just keep the conversation simple, people don't know. They don't know. I just act like I'm from here. People ask me where I'm from. Oh, I said Floravia. Oh, okay. That's cool. I just lied. Mike, it's pretty black here, bro. Tampa and Ben, I want to see you guys start other languages. Why, bro? What will you get out of that? I'm not gonna get anything out of it. You're probably not gonna see it from me, bro. Not anytime soon, unless I have a reason, which I don't. No thanks. I don't. I definitely don't want to speak French. I'm like in the minority of the world that thinks French is just ugly as shit. Worst language. It's just disgusting to me. They sound like I don't even know. I don't like it. Don't like it. I actually think French is worse than German. People think, yeah, yeah. It does sound mucus filled. Just disgusting. Why you know? But yeah, I think French is the worst for sure. I definitely don't like German. I don't think it's great, but French just tops my list of ugliest languages. I don't know how it became like the language of love and shit. I don't know what that sounds like to other people, but I don't like it. Cartagena in a nice area. See, this is what kills me about you guys, about you people, about you Colombians. You guys recommend Cartagena to people instead of places like Cali. Yo, you're getting scammed in Cartagena. There's no way that Lafayette goes to Cartagena and doesn't get scammed at least 5 times. Am I right or am I right? Yes or yes? In Cali, he'll be good. In Cartagena, he's getting scammed. Facts. And that's if he doesn't actually get robbed. I'm just talking about getting scammed. Like, you are getting scammed. The massage ladies, the beer boys, somebody's getting you. You guys just know the rules. Oh yeah, the rappers, bro. I just seen so many people on TikTok. They're like, "Yo, these guys are rapping for me." He just called me Beyonce. Get to the end of that video, and he's just like, "Where's my money at?" And he's just like, "I didn't tell you to do that shit." Don't care. Don't care. Once they do their routine, you owe them money, bro. But that's what I'm saying. Regular people don't know that, bro. They think they're about to. They're like, "Oh wow, they're just doing this for no reason." Yeah. Trying to think, have I ever got before? I never got, but there was this one time we was all out, uh, like dancing salsa, like in the boulevard, right? And there was this little dude who had like fake titties, like a wig on, and like a fake baby. And bro, I was drunk, and so he was walking up to everyone like, "Why don't you take care of your baby?" Like, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that, basically. And he's like, "This is your baby, you liar." I thought that shit was hilarious. I made the mistake of laughing, bro. Dude came up to me. He was like, "Oh, you're laughing because this is your baby," and I thought that shit was hilarious, bro. I just couldn't stop laughing. And like once I stopped laughing, he was like, "Okay, for making you laugh." And I was just like, "Bro, you fucking serious, bro?" Like I really gave him some money just so he could get out my face, but I'm just like, "Come on, dog. Be serious right now." Bro, why are you learning Russian? Too many girls selling in Cartagena. I feel that. I just say Cali is not that beautiful. It can be fun. So I can feel that. I don't think Cali is like. I don't think it's like some spectacular place that you're supposed to go to and just be like, yo, there's this and there's this. It's definitely not like that. I just think it's a great city. I just think it's chill. I think it's not. There are not that many tourists here, which makes it even better because I don't want to be surrounded by Americans. There's dancing, there's food, there's music, there's heat. It's not cold. Uh, that's what I think. But that's just me. You want to travel there, bro? Do you be watching the news, bro? First you said Argentina, now you saying Russia. Russia is definitely worse than Argentina. There ain't gonna be no after the war, bro. You're not going there. You ain't gonna go there and come back anyways. You can go there. That's not a travel place, bro. You see Brittany Griner, bro, that's gonna be you. You're gonna be in a jail cell begging uh, the president to let you out. Do you know they're mad racist in Russia, bro? I just don't know how you think it's a good idea to go there. Argentina has its racism, but I feel like there's still some redeeming qualities. But Russia, no. 5 years from now, it should be good. Bro, what are you basing that on? How would it be good in 5 years? I don't know if you know how heavy this war is over there, bro. That's like if someone in the middle of Operation Enduring Freedom was just like, yo, when all of this war on terror shit is over, I'm gonna go post up in Afghanistan. Afghanistan will never be the Afghanistan it was before, bro. Not anytime soon, anyways. It's like Iran. Not even just Iran. Iran, Iraq, all of those places. Look up pictures of how they looked in the 1960s, 70s. They were beautiful places, lots of buildings, uh, enlightened places, and then things changed. Maybe St. Petersburg or Moscow. But you really think he's gonna be able to safely visit there in 5 years, bro? I don't think so. I'll tell you some things that could make it safer in 5 years. Vladimir Putin dies, which doesn't look like it's gonna happen anytime soon because he just won his democratic election yesterday, or was that today? But if he's replaced and the next person happens to not be like him, uh, yeah, that's just not it, man. They call it the crater of civilization for a reason. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, man, just besides the war shit, I don't know. I just really don't be wanting to visit one places that have no people that look like me, and two, if I know they have like a history of serious racism, I'm not fucking with it. And if they're war torn, that's even worse. Like I said, I don't like going to places where I'm like, we could fucking pop off any minute here, bro. Y'all are babies. Sorry, abuela. 36 ain't young. It's young to Giselle. Abuela Giselle. From now on, we just call her abuela in the chat. She's not even Giselle no more. She's abuelita. Mike's the youngest one in the chat. Mike's the baby here. Usually I'm the baby, but Mike's the baby here. No, actually, Rolando. See, Rolando stopped talking. He was like, God. Rolando's the baby in the chat. I think Rolando's 26 or 27. I can't remember. He's not 30 though. I think the funniest thing is that generally, as you're approaching 30, once you're anywhere around there, once you touch 30, like you're generally seen as old by most of the people you come in contact with because you probably are around a lot of teenagers, a lot of low 20-year-olds, but everyone else calls you a baby. So you're like in this weird little spot. You ain't 40 something yet, so people don't really think you're mature like that. They don't really think you're old. And then kids are like, fuck, bro, you were born before 2000? God damn. The kids say I'm old. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. Bro, there's been a handful of times, bro. I remember I said something on Twitter, and this dude was like, "Didn't that shit come out in the late 1900s? How old are you?" And I was like, "1900s?" I'm like, "Who the fuck says that, bro?" Like, I was like, "Damn, guess I'm not young anymore." But I'm like, the 1900s? I would just say 1995. I wouldn't say the late 1900s. I'll try to make that shit sound like it's the 1800s, bro. But they, that's what it is. At my last job, this was the craziest shit ever, bro. This shit didn't even make sense to me, bro. So at my last job, I had a new coworker, and actually I think I told y'all about him. He like lived in Spain for a little bit, went to Guantanamo Bay, and told me his Spanish was like so crazy good. Anyways, man, I was talking to this dude, and we were all saying like, "Oh yeah, like I don't think there's ever gonna be like really like another 9/11." I was like, "Yeah, bro. Everyone remembers exactly what they were doing during 9/11. Everyone's like, we're not really going around and saying it, but he's just not reacting." And I'm like, "Yo, bro, like, what you think? Like, I could just, I'm like I told you, I'm good at reading people. I'm good at telling when people are disinterested or whatever." And he was like, "Oh, well, I just can't really talk because I wasn't born when that happened." And I was like, "What?" I'm like, "What? How old are you, bro?" And he's like, "I'm 21." And I'm like, "Oh shit, bro." I was like, "What year were you born in?" He was like, "I was born in 2001, but I was born after that." And I was like, "What? Bro, you weren't born when 9/11 happened and you're my coworker?" I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'm fucking out of here, bro." I felt old as shit, bro. What is Bar World TV? Giselle's not gonna tell her age. You never ask a lady how she makes her money. You never ask, oh no, you never ask a lady her age. You never ask a man how he gets his money. And you never ask George Bush how the towers fell, bro. Come on, that's just common courtesy. If you ask the average Colombian, they won't know what 9/11 is. That's true. I mean, that's just how it works, bro. Stuff that's relevant to you is not relevant to everyone else. The British have their own thing. What was their shit? 7/11 or some shit like that, where the trains blew up. I don't even know what their shit's called, bro, because it doesn't has nothing to do with me. So that's just how it works. 9/11 was pretty big worldwide, but I don't know. It would be like if somebody bombed the Taj Mahal right now. I'll be watching it on TV. Like, that shit's crazy. But it wouldn't be like, oh my god. Like when that shit happened for us, we're just like, who the fuck stepped foot on America and attacked us, bro? Like, you can't do that. We're just like, nah, bro. I've never heard of nobody stepping on our shit and doing that to us, bro. I'm 31, bro. Favorite song is Patience by Nas and Damian Marley. I feel like I know that song. I can't think of how it goes. Or unless I'm thinking of another song that they both did together. Or, y'all must have forgot about Roy Jones Jr., but I box you if you ever want it for fun. Yeah, that would be fun. No money. I don't want to take your money. I don't think I'll lose my money, but yeah, we could do it for free, bro. You know the story that all the kids will ask, oh, what was the COVID-19 pandemic of 2020 like? Yeah, that's gonna be weird. Okay, seriously, I will box you for fun. I'm 250, 6'3", abs, Marine. That stuff means nothing to me. Because I actually box. So I've dropped a lot of people that was a lot bigger than that. It don't really matter how big you are. It matters if you can fight. And if you don't actually box, then I know you can't fight. But I would do it though. I'm not big. I'm not that big. Julian Jackson was my teacher. Nice. Julian Jackson was a great boxer. Until he got his ass whooped by the real champ, baby. He got his ass whooped by an old man too. Did you ask him about that? No disrespect though. All jokes aside, Julian Jackson was good. But my favorite boxer whooped his ass though. Ask him about it. Ask him about it. Or look it up. Look up the body snatcher and watch their fight, bro. An old man in his late 30s whooped his ass in 3 rounds, bro. Made him quit. He couldn't keep up. He had never met someone that could take his punches before because he had that same attitude. He had that same attitude, like if I touch you, you won't fight back. And he hit him. But the body snatcher, bro. Look up Mike McCullum. C19 was a crazy time. Best K artist ever. He was. I didn't say he wasn't. But if Julian Jackson was really your coach, I question what he was teaching you because I don't know any fighters that volunteer themselves to fight for no reason. I would never walk up to someone and say, "Hey, let's fight, bro," because why? Why are you doing that? You know what I'm saying? But I believe you. I believe he was your coach. All right, Lancelot, you're taking up a lot of the chat. I gotta try to read the other comments. This is a new level of speed typing. That's what I was just saying. I'm like, damn, bro, I don't even see the other comments now. What were we talking about, y'all? I got lost. I got lost. I can. Come on, dude. You look big and strong. You want me to go on Discord and flex my 250 abs? What? Bro, I don't know what kind of weird stuff you on, bro. I don't want to see you flex nothing, bro. I thought you was talking about fighting, bro. Can't even read this fast. Oh yeah, Giselle never told you her age. Yeah, bro, you came in with a song and then you just started talking about boxing out of nowhere, bro. You changed the whole chat, bro. This is some type of AI. Honestly, I don't know. Bro's over there on his keyboard like this. Like, anyways, pause. That's not that type of party. That's what I'm saying, bro. I was like, I don't know what's going on here. All right, gotta do it. Had to put him on timeout, bro. It was just too much typing, bro. Yeah, he must have been doing time. Yeah, I already did it. I had to put him on timeout. This is too much. I don't know what be going on in people's lives, bro. Like, I don't know. Like, if people get like some kind of joy out of doing that. I can't think of a time I've ever just jumped in someone's live and just started, like, for what, bro? I be thinking like, hmm, maybe people don't have somebody to talk to or something. And maybe they usually do that to get the person's attention. But I'm like, damn, bro, let me reply to the first one. You don't gotta send 50 things or something, bro. But anyways, back to Giselle. Is Giselle gonna reveal her age or not? Do, 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 do. Mike, is it 11:50 where you're at, bro? I'm on the same time as you, or is it 12:50? Sometimes I forget the time zones. You know, that's another thing that people that are not from the States don't realize, that we have so many time zones. Because usually their whole country is just one time zone. So, actually, people that are not from the States just don't realize how big the United States are. How are you still cutting your hair, bro? But yeah, I remember like, just because I've been online for so long, like I've made a lot of friends like in the UK, other places. Bro, I'll be in Washington State. People will be like, yo, I'm in Miami for 4 more days. We should link up. I'm like, bro, you know I live at Washington State, right? And they're like, yeah, yeah. Yeah, dog, it would take me a day to get there by plane, bro. Hell no. I wouldn't pay for it even if I could. Like, no. But, you know, like, Texas is 2.5 times bigger than all of the UK. So they can't really conceptualize, for one, that a state's bigger than their country. For two, that our country is huge. When Europeans talk shit about Americans not being well traveled, it's like, no, they're well traveled sometimes in the country, which is bigger than a lot of countries. Once you get 30, everything starts falling apart. More or less, it could be like that for sure. But a lot of people are falling apart in their 20s, bro. Just kind of depends. Some of it's luck, some of it's genetic. The other parts, are you taking care of yourself? Some things you can't really avoid, you know. Other stuff you can avoid. If you're having, one problem is one problem, but if you're having 10 problems, that's probably something that you could have avoided, you know what I'm saying? Yep, pretty much only Russia, USA, China have multiple time zones. Yeah, exactly. So it's really hard for other people to understand. Because I'll be like when I was in Washington, people would be like, oh yeah, let's blah, blah, blah. And I'll be like, well, that's like 5 in the morning for me, so no. And they're like, well, I have a cousin and he said it's 8 o'clock right now. And I'm like, your cousin lives in Florida, bro. Totally different time zone. Temp at 25 would have had that lift easy, but temp at 31, we know what happened. Um, Actually, when I was 25, I couldn't lift that weight, so that's actually not accurate. But that was a weight that I've lifted like probably literally 1,000 times. That's what I'm saying. Some stuff you can avoid, some stuff you can't. And you should be careful with the stuff that you say, cause you'll be thinking about that stuff when if you get hurt, you'll be thinking like, I shouldn't have made that joke, bro. I don't believe in karma personally, but if you believe in karma, you'll be thinking about that if you get hurt. I've never made fun of somebody for being injured, so I don't know. I know it was a joke, bro. Don't worry. I'm not sensitive. My back nose on 41 no matter what gym I go to. Look, there's nothing wrong with getting older. It's a gift. It's beautiful. Brazil. Brazil. Yeah, Brazil's pretty fucking big, I can't lie. You know, Colombia is pretty big too. It's not like United States big, but for a country, it's pretty big, to be honest. Like, like I said, normally like the UK for example, um, you look at top to bottom, like, oh, I want to go here and I want to go here, 2 hour flight or something. Yo, Colombia's big as fuck, bro. Getting older is a luxury that many weren't afforded. Facts. Big facts. That's what I'm saying, man. All of this stuff that people might make fun of, like I said, it's kind of beautiful, man. You kind of have to experience it to understand it. But you're like, yo, man, this is nice. It's nice. Tempa, I forgot. Did you learn Spanish after Mike? Yes. I, I think I told you this, bro. Mike is one of the reasons that I learned, bro. Like, I literally saw Mike and I was like, yo, I'm about to do this shit for real, bro. Like, not in a disrespectful way to Mike, but literally, like, in a I was motivated way. Like, I saw him and I'm like, yo, this is any black dude from Georgia. He doesn't seem to be like, I don't know how, I don't want to like, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but he doesn't seem to be autistic. Like, you know, there's some people where you're just like, bro, I'm never gonna do that because he's just literally different, bro. But he seemed to be a normal, intelligent guy, and he learned. And I was like, you know what, bro? If he can do that shit, I can do it, bro. I'm gonna just do basically what he's doing, and if I don't learn, then it just wasn't meant to be. And I learned, so. I don't get it. I'm kind of slow on most things, but books and teaching. Hey, you could be one of the people I was just referring to. Some people are really good at some things, and other things they're not good at. Hey, yo, I was just talking to my physical therapist about this. My doctor, that motherfucker is definitely autistic. Like, this dude does not talk ever, bro. He literally would just come in and just look at my knees. Mm. Mm-hmm. Dobla la rodilla. Mm. Mm. Está bien, está bien. I'm like, bro, are you gonna take more than that, bro? No. He never says more than that. He just tells me when the next appointment is. Puts his hands up, put his head down. November. Okay. I was like, this guy will quit? What? Why did you say that, bro? What? What made you think that? My guy Lafayette's bringing negative energy to the chat. He said, I saw Mike and said, this guy will quit. And yeah, why did you ask Giselle about a channel? I still don't know why you said what YouTube channel. Or did she say something that made you think that? Yeah, I don't know why you said that actually. He might be in Asperger's. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I think so, maybe. That's why he's like a really, really good surgeon. I'm telling you, everyone that sees my knees, they're like, yo, your incisions are so small and man, like your surgery was done so well. Yeah, but this dude, he doesn't talk. You really want to know why? Lafayette Casino, you confusing me, bro. I don't know what's going on over there, bro. You're not quite acting like the Lancelot dude, but you like 2 steps away right now. You getting random, bro. I still want to know why you said you thought Mike was gonna quit. Why did you say that? I was like, damn, I wish I started when I saw his first video. Well, that's essentially what I thought when I saw his. I was like, well, he's already got a head start on me. But I was like, but what I can do is like kind of compare my journey from here on out to his 1 month, like that. Basically, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I kind of check and see how I'm doing based on that, which is not like it doesn't really work because if he posts like a conversation, that's still one conversation. Could be a good day, could be a bad day. But that's that's basically what I did. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, damn, I wish I would have started taking this shit serious right when the quarantine happened. I was like, damn. But at the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter because once enough time passes, like it's uh it's just in the past. You know what I mean? Like as the time goes further into the future, the gap between me and Mike is less significant. It matters less. He'll always be technically ahead of me, I think. But 6 months compared to a year and 6 months, and maybe like uh 4 years and 5 years, two totally different things. It's like like when you're a little kid, if you're 3 years old, a 4 year old is way bigger than you. But if someone's 31 and 30, y'all are basically the same. So I don't focus on the past, bro. Just all you can do is go forward. Same as when relentless typo. Yeah. I think maybe I'm autistic. I'm for sure ADHD. What could I read to know more about it other than watching YouTube vids about autism? I think it might not be a great idea to read about it, to be honest, because a lot of people self-diagnose. Bro, I think every time I watched a video about something, I've been like, yo, I might have ADHD. Watch some shit about autism. I'll be like, could it be that I'm autistic? For real, it'd be like this person like staying in their room and not talking to people. I'm like, that's me. I'm like, I think I'm highly functioning autistic. So I thought I was dying of brain cancer. Yeah, see that's what I'm saying, bro. It's it's just not a great idea. You know, if you get diagnosed and then you want to read more to just be more educated on your condition, I don't think that's a bad idea. But don't start reading into something that you don't know if you have or not. Yeah, Mike was super lucky. But Rolando, you could be autistic, bro. Here's the other thing too. I think it kind of doesn't matter if you're autistic, right? It's like some people are like technically mentally challenged, but like, does it matter if they're mentally challenged? I saw this dude on YouTube. This is not supposed to be a funny video, by the way. So if I laugh, it's just because I'm a bad person. This dude made a video on YouTube called like what it's like to have a 78 IQ or something like that. And he's just like showing his like daily routine and stuff. And he's just like, yeah, like I can brush my teeth and do all kinds of stuff. He's just like, but I can't really read this. And he's like, and if it has too many instructions, I just can't figure it out. It's just kind of too tough. And I was just like, there's no way, bro. But that makes sense though. Somebody's really smart. Somebody has to be not that smart. Like there's the average group and then there's people here and here. So I would say, like I said, does it really matter? If you get the diagnosis, is it gonna do something for you? It could. If you're having trouble coping with something. If you're not having trouble with anything. The reason I think I might be is because I occasionally struggle with small talk and eye contact. Could be, but some people are not autistic and they struggle with that for different reasons. Could be self-confidence thing. It could be a lack of social interactions, self-image type stuff. You know what I'm saying? I would really get a diagnosis before you start thinking about stuff like that. Yo, Lafayette, you kind of have short-term memory problems. I noticed. Mike actually told you this earlier in the chat. He actually told you how long it could take for the recovery time too. He said up to 120 days. Or something like that. Something close to that. Can't remember if it was 120 or 160, but I feel like he said 120. Regardless, I saw the number and I was like, God damn. You don't remember when you... No, it don't matter. You said you missed it. Is there a way to know for sure, or is it just some shrink's opinion? I don't know if you could call that opinion. I mean, I guess it is an opinion. But like, I think when it's someone, it's their profession. It's like if a doctor tells you tore your meniscus. Technically, that's your doctor's opinion, but it's technically not. Like, he's a highly trained professional. He could be wrong, so it's kind of hard to say it's a fact. But oh, it was 120 days. Damn, you still get dizzy, bro? That shit was so long ago. Oh, you thought I was talking to you. Oh, or you thought Giselle was talking to you. Giselle's talking to Rolando. Giselle, both of your kids have it? And what made you... When did you... Like, what made you realize that with both of them? Or were you made aware of it by the doctor first? My first cousin is on the autistic spectrum. He used to piss me off Cause when he was a kid, this motherfucker would not share nothing, bro. And he would only eat Pop Tarts, bro. And I had my parents always be like, just give him the Pop Tarts because he's autistic. I'm like, I don't know what that shit means. And hell no, bro. These Pop Tarts are for me, bro. I used to hate that motherfucker. Now that I'm an adult, I know. But when I was a kid, I'm just saying some bullshit, bro. It's the genes. Are you saying that you are autistic too? Giselle, I think you're a vampire. Mike, why did you randomly say booger? A lecturer I watched said Asperger's autism had nothing to do with IQ. He says autism is common in the STEM fields. He says it's largely a personality thing as well. I think that's pretty well known, no? Are you still teaching or you can't work? Are you talking to me? I still work, bro. I work from home. All my jobs are work from home. I train people. That is my profession. I think Mike thought you said. I think Mike thought you said booger eater instead of book eater. She sells a booger eater. Giselle, my childhood is just like yours, except no autism. I just read a lot of books. I used to read like full encyclopedias. I know so many random facts. It's crazy. My parents used to like people would ask something, like just ask my son. Tempa, I know you still have the online training program. Yeah, that's how I make my money, bro. That's been my income for a long time. Everything else I do is supplementary. Um, except last year when I was working at government contract, that was more money than my online training. But most other jobs I've had, my online training makes more money than that. That's what I do. That's what I do. Damn, Giselle, you're a booger eater. Mike has immortalized it. You can't get away from it now. We're gonna call you Boogie. You know, that's what happens in family. Something happens like that, and then you get a nickname like that, and you can never get rid of it. So from now on, you Boogie. Or instead of Giselle Kovo, you're Giselle Molko. Change your YouTube name to GM. He'll shave my beard. I would never let you do that. This is the source of my power. Somebody do in-person training. I did before, not here. Hi, do you can say? Is that supposed to be like un saludo a la raza? Is this like a play on words? Was it supposed to be un saludo a la grasa o un saludo a la raza? ¿Qué dice la raza? I never understood. Why? Why do you want me to say that? Every once in a while, someone comes in and says, "Can you say this?" And I'm like, "What are you getting out of this? What am I missing?" Jazz you or Jazoo, Jasu? Giselle, what's crazy? Record me for what? Más pelas se viene. Send it to someone else for what though? That's what I don't get. Sometimes people are like, "Can you say Feliz cumpleaños to mi primo?" I'm like, bro, your fucking cousin doesn't know me, bro. My English level is so meh. Okay, podemos hablar en español si quieres. Everybody in the chat speaks Spanish. This is a bilingual chat. Do you have any plans on more tattoos? And have you got ink and Cali? I'm a kind of person that like just gets tattoos when I feel like it. Like I literally see a tattoo shop. I mean, I'm about to go up in there. But no, I haven't got any ink here, and I don't know if I will. Así me siento mejor. Jasu. ¿Cuántos años tienes? 12. Thanks for including me as a Spanish speaker in the chat. Hey, you said you speak Spanish. We got 17. Okay. Okay. My guess was 12. Not too far away. 5 años. So que el inglés nunca fue lo mío. Pero me puedes entender en inglés o no? Giselle is out. Don't worry, I'm about to get off too. Actually, I don't know why I'm still on. I was supposed to get off at 12, but I think I got distracted by somebody. So it is late. Salute to everyone that was in the chat. Jasu, viniste tarde. We're gonna end this stream. So see y'all the next time. I don't know, like Wednesday or Thursday maybe. Jasu, nos vemos. Ciao.